Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Jamie Dean and welcome back to another top 10 list here on Sidescrollin. I'm back with Sam and Dominic once again. How are we doing, fellas?
Hey,
good.
Dominic, you've chosen the topic for tonight's top 10. What are we doing, man?
So tonight, the video games have stolen a lot from the world, and it's time that they stole more. There are plenty of brilliant video games that are standing on the shoulders of giants, but we're figuring out the top 10 or the best 10, the most 10, if you will, IPs that haven't had a good video game. They need a good video game. You know, it's not good enough to just consume the media. I have to be in the driver's seat, otherwise it's not the same.
You know what's really ironic? When you were just speaking then, it just occurred to me that we're all probably old enough to remember when an IP being linked to a video game was like, it's gonna be shit.
Was a death sentence. Yeah, like automatic write-off. Yeah. You didn't go anywhere near that fucking thing. It was linked to a movie. I don't know that a whole lot has changed, maybe. I don't know. Do you think
there's been some really
changed?
The Matrix video games are pretty good.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess there has been, in general, you know, like the Lego games in particular, I suppose, are a good example of games that have taken IPs and actually been good games. I'll tell you what, though, did you guys find when you put this list together that, like, some of these are, like, just no-brainers, and yet a video game has not been made about them? Or I think a video game has been made about them, but it hasn't been sort of taken in the obvious direction that it should and that everybody would want. I couldn't believe some of the ones that I've got on my list. That like, how does a game not fucking exist for this? That doesn't make any sense.
I've had I had a couple that are like have Googled it and turns out there is a game, but I'm like, well, it's clearly not a good game because I've never heard about it before.
I got a question. Oh, go on.
I was got a question for you. What are your sources? Are your just movies?
No, mine are all over the place.
Guess how many anime are on my list?
10.
Knowing you, fucking 15.
Am I close?
I actually don't remember, but it is more than one.
Okay, yeah.
There's a little bit of recency bias too, so
yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough. All right. Yeah, I'm keen to see what's on this list. I'm keen to see how much crossover we're going to have, actually, whether we've all had like a bit of a think tank moment and come up with the same things, or whether we've just gone in completely different directions with this.
Have you considered the type of video games that it should be as well?
Yes.
I was going to suggest, that not only do we give the IP that we think should have a game, but also give the game that we think should exist for it. Give it a little bit of a description of what you want, what you wish it
like a sports game or a simulation game or no, I do have that in my list.
Sounds good. All right, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, let's kick it off with my number 10. I'll tell you what, I remember saying when
Dragon Ball Z. There's already games and they're good.
There's lots of good games. Yeah, that's true. I remember saying when the Battle Royale genre got popular that they're going to make this. They're going to turn this into a game and that'll be fucking brilliant. It hasn't happened. I don't understand how this hasn't happened. My number 10 is Highlander.
I was going to say, is it School Rumble? But no, okay. Highlander.
How is there not a Battle Royale Highlander game? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Picture a Battle Royale game for Highlander, but set on a map like the size of what you get in, say, GTA 5.
Sorry, Jamie, just a reminder, it's 2024.
Shut up.
What is Highlander?
Shut up. All right, listen. Are they bringing it back? I got a feeling it's coming back. I got a feeling it's being, they're doing a remake or a reboot or something like that. It's in the pipeline. Of course it is. I mean, it's a fucking 80s property and it's 2024. It's going to...
I don't want to alarm you, but this came out before I was born.
Oh, yeah, well,
that's why I'm asking Jamie to tell the audience what this is. I was literally going to say that, like, Dominic, you might not understand what this is or have any concept of what Highlander is because you were born in the year 2000. But Highlander is about a bunch of immortals who need to kill one another in order to spread the power amongst the remaining surviving ones. The
conceit being that there can only be one, that they keep killing each other until there's only one left, and he will be like the ultimate godlike being.
The one thing, right? With Jet Li.
The one with Jet Li. Yes, we've seen it play out already once before, and we saw it play out again before that with Chris Lambert and Sean Connery in Scotland. And it was magnificent. Great film, great movie. I think it could make a fantastic, if done right, I think it could make a fantastic battle royale game.
The question is, is it like a hero? Like, are you picking an existing immortal? Are you creating?
No, I think you're making your own. I think you're making your own. You get dropped in a map filled with like Scottish NPCs Highlands and stuff, like a living, breathing GTA style city / surrounding region with 100 or 99 other immortal characters in there, very much like Fortnite. And the goal is to just be the last one standing, right? So it's not going to be like a quick game that's over in, say, 20 minutes like Fortnite. This is something you might play for like a good length of time, you know, find a safe spot to save and jump out, jump back in, hope someone hasn't murdered you in your sleep sort of thing. I think it'd be great. I'd love to give it a go. Anyway, my number 10, Highlander. Come on, Battle Royale, Highlander. Old people watching. Surely, get on board with it.
Man, that's like the peak of VHS timeline.
It is. It really is.
Highlander.
Yeah.
And there was that TV series as well. Do you remember the TV series?
It was. Oh, and it was fucking atrocious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was horrible. all those movies. The first one, RoboCop, Highlander.
There's a few of them too, isn't there? Then they got to like Highlander 4 or something like that, and they were all like direct to DVD, direct to VHS, just
how many immortals are there in Scotland?
But the first movie, it's a banger.
Yep.
You young whippersnappers, go and watch it. Educate yourself.
All right.
Go, Sammy.
Number 10 for me. We're going to come in swinging with something that's very Sam, and it is going to be the Monogatari series, which is an anime series that I have loved for a long time. It's a series that has a very rich and interesting mythology around it. So its setting is beyond being just, you know, in somewhere.
By which you mean there's a cat girl?
There's a cat girl. There is, so beyond this setting being modern Japan, it also goes into a lot of Japanese mythology. So like most of the characters are somewhat representative of some type of Japanese legends, much like the yokai, and it's about solving those issues. For this game, though, I hate to be that guy, but I think it would make a great transition to a visual novel, because in the series we have one line of the story that gets told, and I think it would be really interesting to explore some of the other characters more specifically, more directly, and it's just really built for that, because there's, like, as you can see, a bunch of characters on the screen, and exploring what would happen if any of the characters were the main focus, I think would be really interesting. And it's just such a rich lore, and it already as a property, as an IP, is very text heavy. It's very dense. It's very driven by conversation. So having one of those visual novels that is like a web of decisions and outcomes, I think would be really fantastic. And there's a lot to explore in it, and it's got great art. And even as the anime itself, it does a lot of experimental sort of art film type of editing and decision making. And so I think that would make a really interesting game, particularly for visual novels, where we've had some very interesting things like Doki Doki Literature Club do weird things with the medium. And I think Monogatari could do something similar. So that's my number 10. A weird one. That's why it's number 10.
Just messing with your expectations.
Yeah. Like it could do a lot to subvert and stuff. You know, and it's got something for everyone. It's got vampires, it's got cat girls, it's got snail girls, it's got monkey girls.
It's got snail girls.
Coming soon to a not safe for work section of Newground.
Snake girls. You know, the other thing I thought, actually, it would also make a really good fighting game, because there's very short bursts of really intense action. And when you look at the movies as well, there's a concept of specialists which hunt the oddities, like the characters that sort of are kind of possessed. And they have some pretty wacky powers as well. So I think that'd be really fun too. Kind of like BlazBlue Continuum shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of when you said it, BlazBlue. Yep. Nice.
My number 10. We don't get much Monogatari stuff, and it's sort of fading from view at the moment, but that's all right.
When did this come out, Sammy? Do you know?
It started coming out in I think the mid 2000s.
Okay.
And the last season was in around 2017, 2018, but I think they're making a few more. It's actually based on like light novels, which I think have been coming out for quite some time. So yeah,
Right now, again, I say it every time. There's that one person watching this. It's like, yes,
You guys have
yes,
no
Sam.
idea. You've got nothing to contribute to this because you've got no concept.
Oh, we got nothing. I got nothing. You got anything, Dom? I got nothing.
Japan. Yes.
Yes. Catgirls. Indeed.
Funny. Okay, funny story about Catgirls. Right?
It really does look like that. Just that picture does look like the lineup for. Like it looks like a screen grab from an opening cinematic for a fighting game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does that one. That definitely does. But the character in the bottom right with the cat ears, the cat girl, right? So when I go to Japan, I have a rule: I don't buy figures unless they're from an IP I know. I saw a figure of her, and I'm like, you know what? I made the rule.
I'm gonna break my one rule.
And I won that figure from a crane game, and like, well, now I have to watch the show because I've got the figure. That was my rule. Went home, watched a show, and it's stunning. Like it's probably one of my favorite animes.
You asked the shopkeeper, what's that figure from? Oh, it's from this. Oh, cool. I know that IP now. I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And like this character, like one of the first things my wife got me when we were dating is another figure from one of the other characters, and I've got a bunch of these figures from the series out and around. So yeah.
I fucking love it when that happens, actually, when you pick up a toy or something or a figure or something that you don't know what it is. You're just like, it just speaks to you. Like, that's fucking cool. And I want it. And it prompts you to go and find out what it is from. And then you go down this rabbit hole of like, an anime or a show or something you didn't even know fucking existed. And suddenly you're neck deep in this thing that you absolutely love that you had no clue about before you saw that figure or toy. I love it when that shit happens.
It's so weird because like I'd seen that show on the streaming platforms. It was like, oh, it's about a vampire boy that is half vampire. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty passe, pretty bland. But no, it's almost nothing like that. But yeah, anyway, I could yap on, but I think we'll let Dom have a go.
Nice. Go on, Dom.
All right, well, my number 10.
Give us your cat girl fighting game.
Look, you're not terribly far off, but my number 10 is the Bad Guys series.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so this has just been recently a major motion picture.
Yeah.
But also it's got 18 books. It's a graphic novel. It's very, very popular with the kids. But not only that, it's really rich for like an open world narrative game. It's set in this kind of one city or one area. You're bad guys that are trying to be good guys, but pretend to be bad guys in the same time. Like that's so many different stories that are being told and can be told, and it would be so cool to be able to run around in this world. I kind of imagine it a bit like Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh yeah.
And then it's the world you can just tool around in it, or you go and find the person. Okay, that's starting that mission. Like it is, it's old school kind of telling a longer form story through little vignettes, if you will.
Like a family friendly GTA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like given the subject matter and who the target audience is, this would explode.
Yeah.
Like they've made a movie. I googled, I can't believe they didn't make a movie tie-in because the movie did really well.
Yeah, true. Did you have you seen the movie?
I saw the movie. The movie's good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
And I was talking to my son about it, and he said the movie was good, but there's so much more that they couldn't fit into the movie that's in the books. And hey, a video game seems like a great way to do that. That part of the problem that you have with video games going up to movies is that there's so much story that you can't fit it in that short period of time.
Yeah.
And a large amount of story in a book and a large amount of story in a video game. Boom.
Bam. And I really love the idea of a family-friendly GTA themed game because any game that's even remotely like GTA tends to not be for kids in any remote sense.
I think Hit and Run was the last like arguably family-friendly one.
Yeah, I think so. What fucking year was that?
That was PS2 era.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
But like even in that, maybe Driver 3. But
that doesn't have like
Driver San Francisco. But like in
it doesn't have the broad appeal.
No, but in Simpsons Hit and Run, if you ran into someone, they just kind of bounced off, and like if you did run over people too much, then you'd get in trouble, and the police would chase you. But like
that's interesting. Why aren't there more family-friendly games that are like that? That's really because it's like all that style of game you can't share with your kids until they're not kids anymore, Yeah.
I mean, that's
a good one, Dom.
when I was working at Harvey Norman selling games, there was also a lot of kids buying GTA 5.
Oh yeah, look.
I think a lot of the kids
parents
are just
jumping the ball out there. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, we were playing GTA because our parents didn't know what video games were. Like,
Look,
exactly.
I am about to be at the point where my son turns 12 end of this year, and I'm like, once you're 12, I will let you play GTA 3. Because it's still cartoony and like, yeah, it's shooting, but they're just polygons. You're not going to see them.
See, that's
when you
the
turn
issue.
12, son, I'll let you murder this hooker.
Your kid's got the disadvantage of you being familiar with the world of gaming, whereas when me and my mates are like, "Oh, this shareware game Duke Nukem. If you press this button, the stripper takes the top off."
Yeah.
Tell you what,
baby.
we got away with so much with not having
shit.
an R18 rating in Australia when we were growing up. Yep. Because the devs squeezed it just underneath that R18 into the MA15.
Fuck, I remember sitting watching my dad play fucking Doom 2. It was just a different time, man. It's a different time.
I remember watching my dad play Doom also.
Yeah.
And we turned out fine.
Yeah.
Ish.
See?
All right.
What's the moral here? I feel like we're like digging ourselves a fucking hole here.
All right.
Let's go number 9. Good pick. All right, I'm not going to spend very long on my number 9 because Dom has actually already talked about it, believe it or not.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Not a crossover. You just talked about it in passing. It's a property that has had several games made for it already, but I just don't think they've quite hit the mark. And I think they haven't hit the mark because the tech just wasn't, I don't know, like it just wasn't there yet to facilitate.
I'm limited by the technology of my time.
Very much so. Yeah. My number 9 is The Matrix. There's been a lot of Matrix games. They've all been fair to middling. I'd hesitate to call any of them fantastic or even all that great. I think, God, Enter the Matrix was probably the last one that I played that was decent, and that was back on the GameCube. I know they tried to do a Matrix MMO, and that's what I would want to see out of a Matrix game. I think that's, again, it's kind of a no fucking brainer to have a movie about jacking into a system where you're a fucking superhero. And that not be an MMO, like it just kind of makes sense. And they tried it, and it was just too early. Like,
did you see The Matrix Awakens?
Did I see The Matrix Awakens? I don't think so.
So it was an Unreal Engine 5 demo. It was just a demo for the PS5, and it was like procedurally generated world. Well, not procedurally generated, but like it was basically like, hey, check out what this engine can do in like the city of Townsville. I can't remember what it's called. Little Powerpuff reference for all you.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, but yeah, it looked great, and it was clearly that it was a tech demo. Like there was a couple of things to do here and there, but like not much. But you're like, oh man, like you've got the tech now. You just need to. Yeah,
you just need to. But the thing is that the Matrix isn't in vogue anymore. Yeah. You know, that's what it is. Like it's gone. It's a property that's done. No one gives a shit about it anymore. They're not old men like me living in the fucking past.
It's such a shame because like the highway chase would have been so cool.
And that's what I mean. Like if you could do to pull a real strange comparison of a game for what I'd like to see the Matrix try and tackle, it would be something like the DC superhero online. What was it called? DC Universe Online? Was that the name of it?
Yep.
Or City of Heroes or something like that, like a massive sprawling city.
Older than the Matrix Online.
Yeah.
As a comparison.
But you know, not a world. I don't need a world. I just want it to be set in a city. But like, I want to see like a fully fleshed out sewer system that's like the same size as the city. I want verticality in this thing. I'd love to see that, you know, and multiple different, maybe there could be different cities that you can travel between, but I'd want it to be city-based, not like a world-based thing. But yeah, MMO, some good fucking fighting mechanics in there, some good third-person kung fu fighting mechanics. You need to have them. I don't think again, the tech for that just didn't really exist in an MMO capacity. You know, like WoW was kind of the template that click on a bad guy and let it auto attack until it's dead while you hit some buttons every now and then. That just doesn't suit the Matrix. You need to be
most
more
importantly
involved.
as well. I mean, a good IP needs the licensing of voices and stuff, and we know that Keanu's willing to do voiceover acting.
Fucking A, yeah, get my boy back in there. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, yeah, there was the more recent Matrix movie. I can't even remember what it was called now. Revelations. It didn't
Revelation?
really kickstart anything back off again for the franchise. So I don't hold any hope that this is ever going to happen, but it's something I wish had happened by now. You know, I just don't think they've really hit what they should have made for a Matrix video game.
Ironically, in that movie, they were making
I know
Matrix video game.
Get it? They were pining for it. Pining.
Oh my god, are we in the Matrix right now?
not a great movie either, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it wasn't great. Love you, Keanu, but jeez. All right.
I don't think
Sammy
you made it.
I think it was.
Go, Sammy.
All right. So speaking of resurrections, SimCity.
Oh,
It's an IP that needs a good game, right?
Yeah. What?
That was the topic, right? IPs that
several
need
good games.
a good game.
SimCity
But it needs a good
3000.
game.
SimCity
still-
4.
A
It's
fucking
still-
chain of video games that need a good video game.
Right. Well, for starters, I let you get away with the premise that the Matrix Online was not a good video game and didn't say shit because it was a good video game. All right. It was popular for its time and its
It was
issues were mostly
okay.
related to license. It was canon to the story. by
It
the
was
way.
okay at best. Go on. Tell us your broken number 9 pick.
SimCity needs a good game. Is that incorrect? Does SimCity not need a good
It
game?
does. It really does.
Okay.
You can't
Not
argue.
some bullshit fucking tap to wait till maybe you can spend.
Didn't we
Dollar
do?
build it.
Didn't we do another top 10 that was like franchises that need resurrecting?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Hang on,
Was
I have my
SimCity
list.
on that one of yours?
I think it was. Except it was
Oh, okay.
SimCity 2013,
I'm double dipping.
not SimCity 2000. This is SimCity.
God damn
2000.
it! Get the man a SimCity game. For fuck's sake, somebody.
I think it's made even worse by Skylines 2.
Well,
buying
here's
it more than it-
that's
I think
going to
at
be
the
my
moment
question.
we're back on.
Why do you want this when you have Skylines?
We don't have Skylines at the moment. I'm
Skylines
fine.
2 bit off more than it can chew, and it's not where it should have been when it
Yeah.
was released.
Right.
We
You know what?
currently
Skylines
don't
2 is
have
where
a-
Skylines 1 was when it was released, but didn't have all the hype behind it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's a bit of an issue overall there, so it's a bit of a sore spot, which is why this is on the list as a.
Oh, okay. All right. This is
not
like
to
I've been
replace and
burned.
take over from City Skylines.
This is going back
2,
to the well.
But I just think we need a couple.
The grass was greener on the other side.
And look,
until
I'll
you
be
got
honest.
over
When I'm
there.
thinking of top 10 lists,
And then
I'm
it was
not-
fucking dirt. And now you're
I'm not-
clambering back over the fence, desperate for some home cooking. Sammy.
all right. Dom, what's yours? I just lost my train of thought with whatever Jam was going on about there. So something about cooking. and I'm not sure what
SimCity.
it's talking about.
SimCity.
Yeah.
You want it back. You want it back. You miss it and you want it back.
It needs a good game. It's fine. That's the list. It needs a good game.
Well, speaking of cooking,
Uh-huh.
are they quizzing?
Oh, fucking hell, Tom.
Specifically, the Japanese Iron
This
Chef.
is not a troll. I thought is this serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Sorry,
Okay.
Jamie. Sorry, Jamie. Just to clarify, why do you think this was a joke? Cooking
Because I know
games are fantastic.
Dominic. All right, go on.
There was a Wii game for Iron Chef America. I mean,
Was it really?
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
Wii was full of shovelware.
Show well.
it
I know.
was. B, I don't count Iron Chef America as Iron Chef at all.
True.
More this
like
would be.
aluminium chef.
I'm picturing this kind of like an Overcooked kind of thing.
Mm.
Of you're working with other people in to all be the kitchen, or like the prison, the top-down prison game. But like
Prison
you'd have a
Architects.
bunch of different. You have your head chef, and then your other chefs that you're controlling, and you would work your way through, and not necessarily have recipes to create, but it would be a case of this flavor works with this flavor, and then so that way you get presented with mystery flavors, and you have to come up with a certain number of dishes to go like, okay, you have guidance and stuff like that, but being able to recreate an iron kitchen challenge with this random ingredients, and if you want, you can go completely nuts and do the Futurama Iron Chef cook-off. Soylent Green as your but I think that this would be almost like a puzzle cooking game, not Cooking Mama, but like a competitive / cooperative running around. Like you just really feel that like that's why I mention Overcooked, because you feel the tension and the craziness and
pressure.
the time pressure and oh my god, I need to get it out, and then everything slows down for judging. I think this would be it wouldn't be the easiest to pull off well, but I think it'd be really fun. Whatever they came up with.
I think what I'd want from it, multiplayer, but online multiplayer, and instead of leaning towards Overcooked in terms of the complexity, it's closer to Dark Souls. So like it's really highly technical, precise, unforgiving, and like you're competing with others online. Because you wouldn't be able to do something like that on a 4-player single screen. Because like it's such a show about like deep skill and knowledge, and like, you know, intersect it with like the breaks in between where they give you tips like chew the fatty meat of the cheek from the tuna because that's the best part of this fish. And like just bits. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm down.
And I think you're right, Sam. That'd be the way to do it, not as a cooperative.
It could be cooperative, but like
Overcooked.
You have it as multiplayer.
Oh, you think going is like a team versus team? Oh, that's interesting.
But then you would have raid bosses, and those are the
Iron Chefs.
the French. Yeah.
Oh no!
You have your heats, and then the winner gets to go against the Iron Chef.
You might have won me over. I did not think I would see fucking Iron Chef on this list, hey, but that's actually I can see it happening now that you've described it.
We retain the copyright to any of these decisions. Please email us if you're interested in purchasing any of these ideas.
Yep.
Yes, as the exclusive rights holder of Iron Chef Japan.
I told you that investment would pay off one day, Dom. I told you.
We'll check and see if they copyrighted it outside of Japan. Who knows?
Castigator's got a good, the name Kitchen Souls. That's
Kitchen
a new
Souls,
genre.
yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
Dark Chef.
Or Elden Kitchen.
Sweet.
Hell Kitchen. Oh, no, wait, shit, that's another thing.
Ah, crap. I mean, nothing. Number 8.
Kitchen Nightmares, Hellblade, Saga,
Iron
Souls.
Right, my number 8 is a game that is never, ever, ever going to see the light of day. It's never going to get made. It's a property, an IP that no one gives a fuck about except for me on this entire planet, it feels. Did you guys ever play Myst?
Yep.
Yes.
Did you like Myst?
Yep.
No.
Okay. Why did you like Myst, Sam? And why did you not like Myst, Dom? I never played it.
I liked the atmosphere and the technical thing, but I found there wasn't much gameplay.
Not much game in your game? Okay.
No, like at least, Monkey Island, it's rubbing things against other things, but at least you can kind of get there in the end. Whereas
wait, no, you're thinking of Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Why did you like this, Sam?
Because Myst at the time was technically amazing. Like, it was ridiculous looking at the FMV transitions, and that was the graphics. Like, that was just mind-blowing. And, like, it was more of a... Like, I'm not saying, like, it was high-octane gameplay, but it was almost like that shared, like, oh, how do you get past this puzzle? Like, it was the fact that you would actually collaborate with your friends and talk, and right. Like, you'd bring it up at school, and like, oh, fuck, what do you do here?
This is where I'd put my friends, if I had any!
I've never played Myst, but I always hear people talk really fondly about it, and like it seems like a very sort of like an exploration based game, right? Like you're exploring this. What is it, like a mansion or a fucking castle or something?
Island.
An island, something like that. And I don't know that I've ever tried a game where you take combat and leveling up and all that shit out of the equation and just focus on like a real. Almost a bit like Palia, I suppose. Has Palia got any combat in it? I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either.
But that more sort of like a peace simulator more so than anything. Anyway, my number 8 is terms of like something I'd like to see that kind of game is Dinotopia. Don't fucking slap your fucking forehead, Dominic, all right?
No, I think it's because I'm getting an itchy trigger finger here because you keep going, my number is gonna...
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, fuck it, here it is.
Dinotopia has had a video game already. It was a point-and-click adventure game. It was not very good. And that was a very, very, very fucking long time ago when this was in something of the spotlight, back when I was a kid.
Back in the long illustrations and books. Wasn't that the conceit of it mostly? As far as I'm
no.
aware,
It's got a whole. If you've never read Dinotopia, it's a fantastic story. Like, yes, it is also a beautiful book, but it is also a beautiful story that goes with it.
My question is, which came first, Dinotopia or Animalia?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Sorry. Castigator in chat has the same thing I was going to bring up when there was a natural lull, but since it's been put in chat, why the fuck did you not pick Dino Riders?
Well, because, right? And yes, that is a very good point, Cass. I'd love to see that game as well. All right, that's on point. Love it. Good choice. I think they just got really, really different vibes, and it's hard to, I guess, if you've never had anything to do with Dinotopia, right? There's no fucking laser guns on dinosaurs. It's not that kind of thing. It's more like, I just want to explore this world. I'd love to be put here. I'd love to wash up on the beach of Dinotopia with nothing and go, off you go. And like, you go in, you learn the language, you meet the people, you talk, you go on adventures, you travel.
So you want Ark Survival with people?
Yeah, I was just about to.
No, because Ark Survival. I mean, yes, Ark Survival is. It's not really, because in Dinotopia, the dinosaurs are intelligent, right? They have a language, they talk, they have their own culture, and you can become a part of that. And I just think that would be super cool to explore. Again, this is going to be a really hard concept to sell to anybody, because nobody other than me gives a fuck about Dinotopia. But I want this game, okay? And that's what the list is about. My top 10 IPs that I'd love to see get a good game. I'd love to see an exploration-based game in the Dinotopia world. I think that would be just amazing, especially with what you can do now. Like, the original one was like a 2D fucking awful. Even at the time, it looked awful. What you could do with this now would be jaw-dropping, I think, and it'd just be beautiful. And honestly, I think it's something that the game industry needs, is stuff like this. That it doesn't have to be shooty bang bang or carvy Death Souls. Like, you can just explore a world, like just go in and have a look around and meet people and follow storylines and things.
I just
think that'd be beautiful. I think it's because, like, I really like, what people derivatively refer to as walking simulators. I love those games.
I feel like the walking simulator is like, we've taken, people who like it have taken that term back now.
Maybe. I don't know.
There's also like the whole genre of cozy games, which kind of match what John's talking about.
Yeah, I think so. I could see, like, somewhere in there's this adventurous, explorative, cozy walking simulator that would be just an amazing thing that's not really like anything else that exists. I think that's what does it for me too, is that nothing's like Dinotopia. There is nothing out there even remotely like it. And to make a game for it would be making a game that is also unlike anything else that's already out there.
Ark's exactly like it. They're
It's not, man. If you had read it, you would know you're talking absolute horseshit. My number 8, Dinotopia. If you are the one other person in the universe that loves this as much as I do, and you happen to stumble across this video, leave me a comment and let me know. I need to meet you. I need to meet another person who likes this fucking thing.
Hey, you're coming on a bit strong there.
Go, Sammy.
Yeah.
Please.
So my number 8 is, of course, not based on an anime, so you guys can take a deep breath.
Oh, nice.
I'm based on a visual novel series called Mother. So the reason this one is a good game is so this was one of those completely out of nowhere games when it first came out, and this is like from like the 90s. This is old enough that, like, when it got translated to English for the first time, it was maybe 10 years ago, and it was a Kickstarter. So it was the result of a Kickstarter to actually get this put into English. I've read the first 2 of these. The first one is a slice of life at high school. The second one is the main character waking up in a post-apocalyptic world that is about to be destroyed by aliens called the Beta, and is desperately trying to navigate time loops to prevent the Earth from being evacuated by humanity, leaving 99% of people to die. It is dark, and not for kids at all in any shape or form. Series was fantastic. The story, the characters, all fantastic. And the game as a series was, I don't think there was ever a full ending, a full completion to the storyline. And it's basically dormant. The last project they released was a gacha game.
Oof.
Your favorite?
Which
a good game for it already exists, Sam.
It's such a waste. The visual novels and games. No.
The sigh of a man who's disappointed in himself.
Hey, I was playing Wuthering Waves, waiting for you to show up for our 8-day stream and having a grand old time. Thank you very much. I won't hear this from someone that plays Call of Duty every year.
Oh, got him.
But Muv-Love, I think, would be great. It's a visual novel series, but it is about piloting mechas and defending the Earth, which is why I think it would be fantastic to see it come back as actual action simulation mech piloting game. So,
like an Armored Core style thing?
No, not Armored Core.
No?
What's it called? There was a twin stick arcade game. Shit, the name's skipping me, but it was action. So, unlike, isn't Armored Core turn-based?
No. Armored Core is like
I'm thinking of Front Mission.
Yeah.
So maybe like
thinking
Armored
of something
Core
else.
then.
Yeah. Armored Core is like really high velocity. Fast paced.
Then yes, like that, which would also be like
or heavy
that's what I'll be after. Oh, it'd be so good. So good. Because you see these really great action sequences, but in the visual novel, they're just like images shaking around as there's laser beams and stuff and people calling out, what's happening and stuff, which is interesting and enjoyable to read. Like, books are fine. It's fine. But it would be nice to see it come to life a little bit more. So there was actually a VR experience made where you can like feel like you're in an attack from the aliens and like one of the mechs comes to pick you up and save you and blows away the beta. And like that's just in VR. It's just this small static experience.
Mm-hmm.
God. And yet we don't have anything.
Nothing. Would you want to, when you're got your mech game, would you want it to be like a third person's perspective, or do you want it to be like you're in the cockpit?
I don't want it to be a simulation like Mech Warriors.
Not Mech Warrior.
An action game that's like bombastic.
You are
action.
Yeah.
Not a methodical tactical game. A fun
arcade shooter
action game. Yeah.
Fuck shooter. Yeah. That sounds awesome. I'm in.
But yes, I have seen Martian Success in Nadesco. I actually used to collect those on VHS. I don't remember much about it though, but yeah, thanks, Castigator.
I can't help but notice that there's a girl with cat ears in that image too.
Well,
is that right?
That's just the way her hair sits.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, actually, they're not cat ears; they're the anime girl vents.
That's cooling off the nuclear batteries.
Yeah. Nice. That sounds fucking banging, Sam. Actually, and so does the property. I'd never heard of it before.
I'm down for any
so like I said, it's so obscure. It had to get kickstarted to get translated to English. That's where it lives. I wish I kickstarted it. I just bought it on Steam after the fact. But if I kickstarted it, it would have been great.
Nice. I'm in.
Yeah.
Go Dom.
Well, I mean, I just want to see if you guys will recognize this without me going all the way zoomed out.
Oh, okay.
Sam, if you, thank you.
Oh, is this a Shawshank Redemption?
This is the Shawshank Redemption.
Holy shit! As a game, oh, that's interesting.
And straight up, just a narrative game, just following the story of the movie. I reckon, like, we're at the point now where you would be able, like, because I know there's so many movies that, like, oh, you're a mysterious third person that wasn't in the movie and you're now part of the game. I reckon you'd be able to. This is such a good story, and you can drag in things from the book that wasn't included in the movie, but you can just play this straight. You are Andy Dufresne.
That's who you would be. You'd be Andy. Yep.
Yeah, just straight up telling the story, and you know what? It's almost like the game's got a ready-made narrator. You just have Red every now and then, like, oh no, Andy, you can't go in there.
Yep. Go on. Give us your best, Morgan. Go on.
Oh, Andy Dufresne crawled through 500 feet.
Okay. I'm sorry. Morgan, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I apologize.
If he keeps that up, we're going to get a copyright strike.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so Castigator's just said as in a Telltale style. I think like similar to that.
A Telltale style game for this would be awesome, actually.
Like, because it came to mind that, like, Back to the Future, which is, I don't know if you can tell, one of my favorite movie series, has got a really good game, and the Telltale video games of the Back to the Future were really good because the creators worked with Telltale, and kind of.
Would you? So you want to be able to play through this story, but making it a Telltale style game would sort of mean that there's going to be branching paths that aren't part of that story. Would you be cool with that? Like to see it go in different directions?
Yeah, I think so. Like as long as you've got old mate Spoopy helping them with it.
Yeah, okay.
I think like fleshing out the world, but like I think there'd still be like the one true path kind of thing. But
yeah, right. Yeah,
depending on.
But you wouldn't mind some deviation.
Yeah, like I think I think it's more a tree with branches. As opposed to like a forest. You've got like, this is where you should go to get the true story. Oh, maybe you go off here. Maybe you go up here.
Maybe you don't want to break out of prison. Maybe you like it there. Yeah.
A lot of the deviations in Telltale stories are kind of cosmetic anyway.
They are.
So you still get the majority of the main branch of
some of the games do it better than others, but yeah.
Brooks will remember this.
Will he though? Will he? Can he? Yeah, that's an interesting pick, Dom.
I think it'd be great. Yeah,
Never would have occurred to me, but yeah, Telltale style game for Shawshank Redemption would be banging. I think. Nice. All right, what are you up to? 7?
So
let's hit 7, eh?
7.
All right, this is another one I think is a bit of a no-brainer. That games for this property have existed before, but they didn't really utilize what the property is all about. I think Dom will back me up on this one. I don't know how familiar you are with the property, Dom, but I know you're familiar with the style of game that I would base it on, and that's Uncharted. I would love to see an Uncharted style game for Tintin.
Yes.
Set like in the 1930s, like that fucking golden era of exploration, of world exploration and adventure. Fucking cel-shaded graphics. Yes, everything about that is like a capital yes for me. I would be all over that shit. Tintin's one of my favorite shows of all time. I love the books as well. I just adore everything about Tintin, and I love that Indiana Jones, Uncharted, Tintin style, like that globe-trotting, finding old relics in pyramids and at the bottom of the sea kind of shit. That just like turns my crank.
Did you like the movie?
I didn't mind the movie, actually. The movie copped some flack, but I didn't think it was.
I think it was just the Uncanny Valley kind of thing. I enjoyed the movie.
A little bit, yeah. I thought I wasn't too bad. I didn't like it anywhere near as much as I like the show or that I like the books, but I thought it was fun. And there has been a video game made of the movie, but again, movie tie-in game. It didn't sort of jump into my radar being a huge Tintin fan or anything. I would like to see, either an original story told with a very Uncharted style of gameplay, or just make you've got fucking 21 incredible adventures right there that you could make into games, each their own game. Like there's enough there for them each to warrant a game. It'd be fantastic.
Annual releases, let's go.
Annual releases, let's do it, baby. It'll never happen, but yeah, I'd love to see it.
Maybe we skip over Tintin in the Congo.
There's a couple that might get skipped.
Yeah, Tintin Goes to America, I think is probably another one. There's some. Look, it was a different time.
The sun never
but like he's Empire, French, so I feel like they may be still like that sometimes.
Belgian, yeah. Anyway, Tintin,
Belgian, France, they're the same place. Let's be honest.
Fucking same thing. Who else can we piss off while we're at this doing this thing? Yeah, I'd love to see it. Uncharted style Tintin game set in the 30s, cel-shaded graphics. It'd be like, what else do you need? That would be incredible. My number 7.
I like that as well because like Tintin is never in like a position of like physical power. He's a quick boy.
That's true. Yeah. He's like, that's why I love him, because he gets by on his wit largely. He's not a physical powerhouse. He can, he's not afraid to throw hands when the situation calls for it, but he's not a big strapping young man or anything. So it's all about.
He's not a Nathan Drake.
He's no Nathan Drake, who just the most endurance heavy man on the planet. Never gets tired, that guy.
So,
go Sammy.
I noted in chat that they're hoping that E.T. would be on someone's list.
Oh, no way. Wow.
I mean, close. PT.
Well, we just lost a subscriber.
Oh god, that's so funny.
Hey, close. It's got ET in the name. PET.
What a fucking troll.
What do I need to say about PT? Like,
so personal training, like isn't that Wii Fit?
So Jamie,
what are you
do
talking
not know
about
what
here?
PT is a reference to?
I've got no idea.
Pilot
Educate
till.
me. Educate me.
This is the most
PT stands for pilot till.
The most heartbreaking thing to ever happen to the survival horror genre ever.
Oh, that's why I don't know what it is. Yeah, go on.
Well, no, even not being into that, like this was big news at the time, and this is actually 10 years since PT dropped on the PlayStation 4 as a demo.
I was going to say, can you still buy PlayStation 4s with it installed?
I've got it installed on mine, but I need to do something to get it to work again because for some reason it won't load because I explicitly did not delete the demo of PT. So it's public.
It won't load. How spooky!
It stands for like public teaser or something, and this just dropped one Halloween. I think it was Halloween in 2014, and it's this survival horror first person where you're going through a looping hallway. And every time it loops, because you go around corners, past some rooms, through another door, and then you're back where you started. And every time the world degenerates into this more and more terrifying space, you start to hear babies crying, you start to hear about murders on the radio, you start to hear banging on doors. It's an amazing experience. Like, it is, holy shit. It is like one of the best survival horror experiences that has ever been created. It stars Norman Reedus as the main character. It was directed by Guillermo del Toro. And you get through this game and you find the secret ending, and it reveals that this is supposed to have been the new Silent Hill game.
Sam,
It was loved. This demo has spawned an entire genre of games that are inspired by it, that are released on places like itch.io and like indie games that have used the game loop of PT as an inspiration. Like, it's a fucking demo, and it has inspired people to make games, and they fucked it up because Konami are fucking fuckers, and they let this slip through their hands, and it got cancelled at some point. So we'll never get it. When I was writing my list, I actually put down Silent Hill because I think Silent Hill needs a good game.
Yeah.
And then when I was like going to find the images, I'm like, PT was it. PT was the good game that the IP Silent Hill needed, and it is. Like,
if it wasn't
Norman Reedus,
if it wasn't for PT, you wouldn't have Death Stranding.
Yeah, but I never played Death Stranding, and like I'm not saying that it's not worth playing, but I never got around to it. But like Death Stranding,
and it doesn't sound like Death Stranding turned out to be what you were after anyway.
Yeah, it's not this PT.
No.
I'm sorry. I feel like I should go over and give you a hug now, Sam.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like a broken man.
And that's what's even worse is like the demo doesn't exist anymore. Like, unless you get your hands on a console that's got it installed working. I need to spend some time with mine to try and get it work.
So it's not. So it's dead and gone, and there's no way to acquire it.
No, because it was a demo that was put up, and then it was taken down when it all fell through.
Right. Okay. So they didn't leave it. Okay.
And it's PlayStation 4.
Okay. So if you haven't had this experience, the chances are you're never going to have it.
I mean, I haven't looked into it. Maybe the homebrew community has figured something out, because I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 4 is well and truly cracked.
Okay.
Sam, did you ever read about somebody hacked the game and they were able to turn the camera around and turned out the person was behind you the whole time?
Yeah, yeah. Like they managed to break the camera and stuff. And like there's all these little Easter, like getting the true ending was like crazy. Like you really needed a guide just about, because like it had to do with like looking at clocks at certain times and moving at certain spaces and picking up the phone and pressing the specific numbers. And you had to do all that before the game actually told you, well, we're actually a teaser for Silent Hill.
Oh.
Like if you didn't get the secret ending, you'd have no idea what you just played.
God, that would have made that would have made you of all people so fucking excited too. I feel really bad now.
It was one of the most terrifying experiences.
Can we go back to where I had no idea what this was and just don't tell me?
So personal training.
There's a point when you're walking through the hallway and there's a suspended fridge with blood leaking out of it and it's rattling and there's like a crying baby.
You gotta get your seals checked. That shouldn't be leaking blood out like that.
That's all asbestos up there. That's not good.
It'll fuck you up. Like yeah.
Oh man, you guys, anyone watching would have to know Sam to know why this is such a heartbreaking thing. He's like massive Silent Hill diehard. One of his favorite games ever, if not his favorite game ever.
Oh, not even anymore. Like since Silent Hill 4, they've all been shit. So
yeah.
Tune in next week for the top 10.
But to be given a teaser of like that was of such amazing quality and gave you the experience that you've been longing for, and then for it to say, "Hey, this is a teaser for the next Silent Hill," knowing you would have been like jaw on the floor.
You raised my hopes quite expertly, sir.
This didn't just devastate Silent Hill fans. This devastated survival horror fans.
Yeah, right.
Particularly around this time. This was when Resident Evil was sort of really flirting with the fact that it's actually more of an action game than a horror game. And so this was kind of like, well, we might actually have an actual proper survival horror game back instead of I'm going to punch a rock, Chris, Resident Evil, bullet hell game. Yeah. Anyway.
Proper horror games like Half-Life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, proper horror.
Anyway,
real horror.
My number 7.
Shut up, Dominic. No one thinks you're funny.
My number 7, I think, would be a great video game is Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, Christ, Dom, this already exists.
That's not an IP.
100 times over, this exists.
Wait, is that an IP? Is that a reference to something? Or is it just like the concept of Fords versus Ferraris?
Well, no. So the movie Ford versus Ferrari.
Wait, that's a movie?
Yeah,
there's a movie. It's actually a really fucking good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So I would envision this as a mixture, not just a racing sim, but like a racing manager as well.
Now that's interesting. Does that not exist? Like a racing, because there's Football Manager and fucking all these other management games.
Yeah, you've got Formula One Manager.
Okay.
And then you've got Formula One like racing and stuff like that.
But you want to put them in the same game.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Because you're then, because the whole story is about how Christian Bale and Matt Damon are working together to develop this racing program, and like the end of the game would be you doing the Le Mans race, or Le Mans or Lemons race.
Lemons, I think it's pronounced Lemons.
In France to beat Ferrari, but you know, you would be developing the car, and you're like, okay, well, I've only got so much time before the next race or the next presentation to Ford or something like that. So I'm going to spend this time testing it, or this time, you know, working on
it's almost like taking those games that are like have career modes, those races that have career modes in them, where you're like between races, you're like trying to earn funds to upgrade your car, but you're like taking that to like at the absolute extreme. I'm fucking on board, Dom. This would be
because the whole like, in the movie as well, they're not just fighting Ferrari, they end up fighting Ford as well.
Yeah.
Fighting Ford.
Well, no, because they you know, they develop their own racing team because they don't like the guy that's driving for them. He's too outlandish. So, yeah, I think this would be if they made this into a video game, I think it would be good fun.
I don't know about turning the movie Ford versus Ferrari into a direct video game, but I do fucking love the idea of a manager crossed with a racing game. That's really clever.
It wouldn't be exactly telling the story, but like this is the Ford versus Ferrari. You know, like they had, especially in like the late 90s and early 2000s, they had Need for Speed Porsche.
Yes.
And it was just, here's all the Porsche here's all the Porsche cars, because they were the only ones who had the fucking license for Porsche. But anyway, you know, race a bunch of Porsches together. So it would be, you know, a love letter to Ford racing from that time, and you're able to tell your own story about how you beat Ferrari.
Yep, I love it. And back and like he's laughing. Oh no,
it's a different world for me. It's a different world.
Yeah, it is.
That's fine. That's fine.
And if you look closely, the Ford vehicle has cat ears, Sam.
Look real close.
Real close. But yeah.
Oh man,
that's somewhat relative here.
I'm on board with the concept. I think, Dom. Yeah, I do like that idea because I do love those career modes in racing games. It's more like, because I love just being able to get in and have a race and get out again, right? In a good arcade racer. But I very rarely have the time to commit to doing like a full career mode, but I always am like enticed by it because it always sounds fucking cool having to manage more than just the race, you know? Yeah, I think that
also, if something goes wrong with your car in the middle of a race, you're the one to blame. It's not just your driving; it's your
I love that idea. Yep, I really do. Yeah, nice one. Interesting. Never would have thought of it, but when you put it that way, I like it. I approve.
I just
Sam thinks you're a fucking idiot
as well.
Oh, I approve as well. I just think it's funny.
I hope it's on the plane. I'm going to watch it on my plane to Canada.
Nice. Just to solidify, yes,
Aren't you
Dom,
just
this was a
taking
damn good
everything-
pick.
Don't you just watch everything off your phone or like a tablet or something?
Yeah, but it's like watching a movie on TV. Like, you know what? I could just watch this on Netflix, but it's in front of me now, so I'll watch it now.
God, that is the most boomer thing. And you're the youngest. That's hilarious. All right, let's go to number 6.
You know what?
Put him out of his misery, Sam.
Sometimes I don't want to choose. I just want choices made for me.
Oh man, funny. All right, this is another one I'm fairly certain has had a plethora of video games already made for it. I've never played any of them. I've never really been even aware of any of them, so I don't know. I don't know how massive they are. Maybe they're huge and they're awesome, and I just don't know. Maybe this is a stupid fucking pick, and there already is a lot of good games about this IP, but I'm not aware of them. I'd like to be, and even if there was, I don't think there's been one for a while, and that's Godzilla.
I think we're pretty clear that, like, yeah, it needs a good game. Doesn't mean it doesn't have a good game.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sure games for this exist. I can't personally speak to their quality because I've never played them, but they haven't certainly entered into, like, you know, the fucking zeitgeist at any point in time.
Would you be Godzilla or would you be fighting Godzilla?
You'd be Godzilla. Be Godzilla.
I would actually like.
No,
yes,
Godzilla is the only
but like a Pacific Rim kind of thing where you're fighting Godzilla. That would be
no.
cool.
Well, possibly. I'd almost like to be able to make your own kaiju. I'd be down for that too, and put it into like just a big. I'm always imagining this as. I'm trying to think. Would you do
Godzilla,
this, fellas?
but purple.
It's just like basically a brawler, like a fight in Godzilla but purple, but pink. Would you put this into a fighting game?
King
like
of the Monsters is what it's
like King of the Monsters, but your arena is like an entire fucking city.
Yeah, that's King of the Monsters.
Yeah, and you just
it's an
fucking
game in Japan, just in case.
Nice.
You're not sure of that.
Yeah. Cool. Is
it's
it
an
good?
old game though, to be fair. Yeah, it's good, but it is like that Captain Commando time frame.
Right. Okay. So it needs an update.
X-Men. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm talking like a full, nice graphics, 3D, like the whole deal. You're in this fully realized city with fully destructible environments. That is the key here.
Yeah.
Fully destructible environments. I think it'd be banging. I think it'd be really, really fun to have a kaiju.
Have you tried the recent King Kong game? Like that's kind of a kaiju game.
Wasn't it just fucking terrible? The most recent, the really listen.
Jamie, have you considered going to fuck yourself?
Yeah, have you considered giving yourself an uppercut, perhaps?
Like, there is definitely a dearth of kaiju games.
There is
playing as monsters, like, and that's kind of crazy. Like, you think about like how many people that are gaming developers now would have grown up with Rampage World Tour.
Yes,
and there's nothing like that anymore. That just doesn't get made.
And I'd be happy with something like that as well, like an updated version of Rampage, like something that's a little bit more like Rampage got incredibly. It was a super fun game. I fucking loved Rampage, but it got very repetitive very quickly.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely designed for an arcade cabinet, not a home system.
Yeah, something that was like designed to eat coins, you know. But something I don't know, something. So there's something out there. There's a game for Godzilla and all the monsters encaptured therein, and even all of like the fucking Toho kaiju universe, to throw them into some sort of brawler or some sort of co-op. What was that fucking like not Blast Core, but you know, something where you're just trying to do as much destruction, like a Burnout 3 takedown kind of like just smash as much shit, and whoever can smash the most shit wins. Kind of you could have a few
like
different
Katamari Damacy kind of thing.
Like a what?
Katamari Damacy.
Yeah, yes. It's like, yeah, exactly. Not actually rolling around and shit, but yeah.
Well, it depends what monster you are. If you're the turtle.
That's true. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think there's a good game in there somewhere, and there's room in that game for multiple ways to play it, I think. And I'd love to see it. So that's my number, whatever the fuck we're on, 6.
6, yeah. Actually, there's a VR game where you act as a kaiju and you do that, but like it's VR,
that's cool.
Like no one's ever
nice. I'd even give that a shot. You know, I'd probably throw up, but I'd give it a shot.
All right, so my number 6 is we're getting back to something that's a little bit more, I guess, digestible for you guys and a fewer cat girls. The Terry Brooks series for
yeah, man.
So like we've got all the Lord of the Rings games, and they're fine. The Shannara series, though, I feel like this is because this was kind of like pop fantasy, like when you had like the really intricate, detailed Tolkien stuff. This was like just a fun bubblegum adventure. And when I say bubblegum, I mean like light and chewy, but it still had its like moments and stuff. And it's a series that's been going on. Like, it's still, as far as I'm aware, this series is still being expanded by Terry Books. Spoilers, he did a series called The Druids of something. Like, he did a post-apocalyptic series at some point where it's about druids and demons and stuff. And then in, like, the early aughties, I think, he actually linked the Shannara series as the far future after the apocalypse of this world, when demons come in, and that's what creates magic, and that's what leads to the Shannara mythos. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that they can actually explore in terms of, like, buried, like, old technology, servers, AI that gets dug up by these sword-wielding heroes and elves with bows and magic and stuff. And I think that'd be really cool. And not as, like, hokey as sometimes that, like, some games do try to do the whole, you're in the apocalypse and the world existed before this fantasy world. But because there's so much lore already done for this series, I think it would make it a lot more... it would make a lot more sense. It would feel a lot more intentional, and make it, do that really well. I think it'd make a great action adventure RPG. So.
Yeah. Would you put this in something like the style of Baldur's Gate 3? That sort of
an action
vibe,
RPG.
or okay?
So like you actually, because I think because the feel of it is a bit more light. Like I don't want to be like
a bit more of a Diablo style clicker kind of thing.
No, not a looter. More like the action JRPGs.
Okay.
So kind of like, not like Dark Souls, because it's not that sort of combat.
But I know what you mean. Like a third person kind of. Yep. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. And it would also, I think, people would get into it and like it and go, I want more of this. And then they can go towards the book. Like I think it could appeal to people who've never even fucking heard of the books before, And it's like, oh, we'll go and read these.
Yeah. And both ways. There was a series, like, a Shannara series. I haven't watched it. I think it was on Amazon or something that didn't do very well. It was like one of those, Game of Thrones is good, so let's see what other series we can get. Wheel of Time, Shannara, and like not actually put in the effort to make them good. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Money. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one, Sammy. I like it.
No catgirls. See? Yeah.
No catgirl, not a one.
They're
no Khajiit. Khajiit has no wares. Dom, what are you doing?
I mean, the catgirls probably exist in the...
Why are you hugging us? Are you giving Sam that hug that you wanted to give him?
Yes.
What's happening here?
Also, my keyboard
is after my books.
They're not real, Dom. They're not real, Dom.
Hang on. I'm so sorry.
What are you doing?
My keyboard died, and I had to plug it back in. Whoops.
Whoopsie. We're working with amateurs, Sammy.
Anyway, my number 6.
Yeah.
Is a working keyboard.
Professionals. We'll do it live.
Right. Sorry, I thought you said that. I thought you were saying
that. So For All Mankind, I might have told you guys about this. I don't know if you've seen or heard. It's on Apple TV, so not many people have. For All Mankind is it's an alternate history TV series.
Oh fuck! You told me about this on the drive home recently.
Yeah. Alternate history TV series where Russia beat the US to the moon, and the space race never ended. And then it, throughout the seasons, it goes 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and you see like the difference between today and what was then grow out. So Russia, North Korea, US private institutions are heading for Mars and that kind of thing. And I think this would be a really cool setting for a 4X game.
Oh yeah, yep. Kind of like, if you played it, I don't know, maybe a bit early for you. Command and Conquer Red Alert, but 4X in space. Something along those sort of lines.
Yeah,
Dom, that'd be pretty. Yeah,
and because they use the moon to then as a staging post for space stations, and then using that as a staging post to get to Mars. Like it's just you can't get to Mars until you've gotten to the moon, and you can't get but meanwhile on Earth because it's still the Cold War happening, you've got other random shit happening and subterfuge and spies, and they had the bloody, like in the show there was a bombing at the Johnson Space Center during one of the missions. So like you're also dealing with other kind of stuff happening in the world or back on Earth that's going to like affect the gameplay. But yeah, like I think it's really, really well suited to be where you're kind of pushing the boundary, and again, you're choosing what corners to maybe cut because the other guys are in front and you want to get there first. And it's kind of like, part of me was thinking like, this is maybe even like a 4X game where there's a Kerbal Space Program mode.
That's a great idea, Dom. That is a great idea. An alternate history space 4X game.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. Yep.
Call me Apple.
Really good.
Tim Cook on the phone.
Nice.
Oh no, it's Steve
that's
Jobs.
great. I'm sort of lost in like thinking about it now. Like, oh shit, that would be banging.
Yeah. If you check it out, it's every episode is an hour. It takes a lot, but it's worth it.
That's all shows these days.
I think it sounds like I don't know if you've seen Terra Invictus. It's like a 4X game on Steam relatively recently. It's not an alternate history, but like the way you sort of compete with other factions and stuff, it might be very similar to what you're sort of describing there. So maybe there's a mod. Who knows? Maybe there's a 4
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, there's probably one for Civ because there's one for everything for Civ.
The most important rule with this game would be no nukes.
You're welcome, Gary.
You're welcome, guys. Just for you, buddy. Never forget. Never forget. Nice one. Yeah, that's a cracker. 5?
Number 5.
Crack 5.
Cracker 5. All right. So this is another one I'm pretty sure has had a game made, and I don't even think it was a terribly bad game. It wasn't a great game, but it was all right. In an XCOM style tactical strategy sort of game, which this does lend itself to very, very well. But I'd actually like to see almost like more it go the GTA route of being like a third person exploration / action adventure kind of game. And that is one that you and I are familiar with, Sammy. I don't know that Dom will have any idea what we're talking about. It is Mordheim.
Mordheim? Wait, no, there is a recent game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the tactical.
Like a couple of years ago, it's a simulation of the rule set.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like it's not. They didn't do the best job in the world adapting it. I don't think, to be perfectly honest. I think I would love to see them take another crack at an XCOM style game for Mordheim. I think that'd be great. But it's so rich in terms of setting that I want to explore the setting, which you don't really do in those style of games. I want to make a character and have an RPG set in Mordheim.
So it's like a WoW kind of thing set in Mordheim?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe not WoW necessarily. I don't think I need it to be an MMO. Something more Dark Soulsy, I guess. Again, not to bang on that whole train again, but it's third
Dark
person
Souls of tabletop RPG.
The Dark Souls, yeah. Which is not that far from the truth, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to Mordheim. But I want to explore this setting. I want to dig in and create a party, or maybe even partner up with your buddies, and that is your party. Each of you make a character, and you go out into the city and just explore and see what crazy shit you run across. It is rich and ripe for storytelling and exploration, I think. This would be so good.
Is this a game that runs dice rolls when you try to use action?
I don't think so. No.
Action.
No, I think it's totally action.
Totally action. Right.
I think so.
Because
we've already got that.
Oh God, I've got
more Skyrim. Skyrim is a better example. Yeah. I think a Skyrim style game, but just around this city, and it's vast, it's huge, and there's no real end to the type of stories you could tell, because it's never really fully fleshed out exactly what's in the city block for block. But fuck, this would be so. If you grew up, go on.
If I ever had a criticism of Skyrim, it's that the cities don't feel big.
No, you're right. They're tiny little things. Yeah, absolutely.
That's just Bethesda games, to be honest.
Or
you could easily have a large city. And the entire game be set in the city in
Cyberpunk does it. It's just I'll just more that Bethesda. None of their games have cities that feel like cities. They all feel like towns.
Well, probably a better example of something that exists already is The Witcher, a Witcher style RPG set in the Mordheim universe in the city of Mordheim, the ruined city of Mordheim. If you grew up playing Mordheim like I did, this is something I think you've probably wanted, like me, for a long fucking time. This would be amazing.
I think I hit on it. It's Cyberpunk, but in Mordheim, because Cyberpunk is all set in Night City, and it has got that dark, dingy, sort of underground feeling, hopeless, nihilistic, oppressive. But then it's also got like the open desert fields on the edge of the city. It's got the high level skyscrapers.
Something even a bit like to stretch a little bit.
Mordheim lore.
You just need the Mordheim setting and the Mordheim lore. Yeah, exactly right. Even something along the lines of The Division, if you play The Division, where it's like a bit of a looter RPG. But what I loved in The Division was the verticality of it. The fact that, you know, if you could see somewhere in The Division, there's a good chance you could get there somehow by going through this window and up this staircase and out this window onto this rooftop and across this catwalk onto this window and then up that stair. You know what I mean? Like that, you would need that in Mordheim. You couldn't just have block after block of, you know, rectangles that you can't actually interact with. You need to be able to get into these ruins and go through them and crawl through the gaps and into the sewers and all that sort of shit. It'd be fucking so cool. Anyway, I'll stop going on about it because there's a good chance that people watching this have no fucking clue what Mordheim even is.
Mordheim's pretty...
Yeah, I hope so. I live in hope, Sammy. I live in hope that everybody watching knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Anything they got a reasonably AA budget game made about it.
Yeah.
Reasonably well known.
Anyway, Mordheim, a third-person Witcher-style action RPG.
$280 for the starter game version.
Oh, for the tabletop.
Yeah.
Well, just for the video game version.
Just for the video game. I think the only thing stopping this from being higher on my list is a bit of an obscure IP. You know, it's like the chances of this actually happening are fucking basically nothing. But
I think you underestimate how obscure games come out. There's a lot of obscure IPs. Anyway.
Where is it? Where's my Mordheim game, then, Sammy? Where's my Mordheim RPG?
You just want a different one. That's all.
That's right. I want a better one.
Yeah.
I've got the tabletop game.
We're in a very
I can't believe you had this on your list and you gave me shit about SimCity.
Well, I think we're in a very non-experimental time of video games at the moment. Like you've got Embracer Group that's bought up everything and just gone, oh shit, we can't afford it.
Yep.
Like there's a whole bunch of like super publishers. You know, Microsoft has then gone, oh, well, we can't afford all these indie developers. Like, I think we're going through a bit of a video game crash, and eventually we're going to come out of it hopefully better with
looking like this picture.
Yeah.
I think that's mostly just for your AAAs, though. Like, I think, and that's part of it. Like, a lot of the time we're here going, oh, it'd be great if this was high fidelity, great new graphics. But, like, when fidelity stuff, I think there's a lot of creativity still happening.
There is, but, like, it's not. There was a period where you had creative and well, like publicly known. It wasn't AAA or indie.
To be fair, I'm thinking of stuff like Stardew Valley, which is like sold 20 million copies.
Yeah. Like for this is a license that you're going to have to purchase, and you know, like this is not just going to make.
Hey, Games Workshop, give them away. It's fine.
Games Workshop, to be fair, seem to just shit out their fucking license to anyone who has their hand under their asshole at the moment.
If there is no Mordheim game, it's because no one has asked them to make a Mordheim game.
Yeah.
Like that's
make a Mordheim game. Games Workshop, make a Mordheim game, please. Third person action RPG. Thank you very much. Sammy, go.
All right, Freerin, Beyond Journey's End.
Oh, shit.
So, recent show that came out and was airing based on, I can't remember if it was a manga or a light novel. So, the conceit of the show...
raving, like you spoke very highly
about
this. Have
you watched this?
I haven't. It's on my list.
So
I've got
there's
it on
no
my
point
list to
raving
see.
about it, apparently. I'll keep them to myself.
No. It's on my list because you raved about it.
Series like this have ruined the current airing season of anime because the current season is like a 5 out of 10. This is like a 10 out of 10. But Beyond Journey's End. So the anime show itself is about an elf who has survived the party that defeated the Demon King and ends up traveling again with the next generation, so to speak. I think the game that I'd love to see made from this, JRPG, I think no surprises there. But instead of being Freerin, Beyond Journey's End, Freerin, Before Journey's End. And we can go and see the journey to defeat the Demon King. That could go well. That could go poorly. 50-50, but I think that would be an interesting space to explore because in the show, we see the moments between the characters as they're on that journey, but actually seeing them go on that journey, there'd be a lot of things to explore. There'd be a lot of cool things to do and see, and it might be an interesting way for the series, for the IP as a whole, to actually tell that story instead of going back and telling it in book form. I think it'd be cool.
Do you
How
think?
would you tell it? How like what would the game be?
It's a JRPG, so it's like Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Do you
So
think
it's party
like,
based?
is this?
Just go through, yeah.
I know you love this show.
Oh,
Is it like do you think it's growing in popularity? Is it getting some buzz and some hype, or is this like a little hidden gem that nobody knows about?
No. So, are you aware of Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah.
So, on a ranking website, My Anime List, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, the version that sticks more closely to the manga, has been the #1 anime rated for years, like basically since it came out. This is now it.
Okay. So where I was going with
massive.
the question was, do you think this might actually happen?
Probably not as a JRPG. Generally, when we get anime games, they're not great. So even really popular shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, which has been airing recently, they get horrible games. One Piece, a lot of the games are really mediocre. Naruto, a lot of Dragon Ball games aren't great.
Yeah.
So anime, unfortunately, typically doesn't get a full.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Honestly,
it's weird, isn't it? Like some of these are like such no-brainers for having good games. That's why we're doing this fucking list, I suppose. But it's just like, weird that all these animes just never get like a fucking banger game that's as good as the source material.
I think because they tend to focus on the action. So most Dragon Ball games are fighting games, and some of them are great, and some of them are very, very average. One Piece, I think the most common version of One Piece is the Dynasty Warriors style, where you're fighting like hundreds of things at one time and just doing your big gum attacks.
Tons of Marines. Yep.
I think the best games were the RPGs, and they typically came out closer into like the Game Boy Advance era, where you had like the Saiyan Saga, where you're actually top down going through the Dragon Ball Z storyline. You had One Piece, where you're actually going through the East Blue Saga in like a JRPG, and they just don't do that anymore.
No,
I think it's
weird,
easier for the fighting style games, for the combat games. But
it's something just like that like an anime comes out, it suddenly becomes popular, and so it's like, shit, we got to shit out a game to capitalize on this. What can we do really, really quickly?
Yeah,
because
often
that's
really
the same thing. Why movie tie-in games are frequently shithouse, because they're like, oh shit, we've got to get it out in time.
It's just to make some money off the thing while it's there.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that sounds great, Sammy. And like I said, I'm definitely going to check this one out because. You haven't
even non-anime fans, I think, should watch this because it doesn't fall into any of the tropes. It is just a straightforward fantasy adventure. It's really good. Really, really good.
Is that Crunchyroll? Yeah?
Yeah, Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Well, my number 5, this would be like similar to like an LA Noire kind of game where you've got to sit down and have interviews with people, but then you've got things to do outside of that interview, going around finding clues. Knives Out, I think would be great.
So that's the name of it. Sorry,
that's interesting.
Or if not Knives Out, another Benoit Blanc story that hasn't had a movie made out of it. He's a really good character, I think as a puzzle adventure game,
just a mystery, just like solving a mystery. Like, I fucking love solving mysteries. It's why I love these sorts of movies, because I sit there and like, right, who fucking did it? Like being able to actually play through. Sorry,
do you ever pause the movie to try and figure it out?
No, because I also
Kelsey
I don't want
friggin' spoiled the twist in The Gentleman for me.
Oh no,
no, but she hadn't seen it. We were watching it together, and she's like, "Oh, I bet this is that." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And she said, and then it turned out to be that. I'm like, "I hate you."
Is everyone here caught up with Star Wars?
Like, well, I mean, there's in the three of us or people watching. I don't know.
Well, I don't care about the people watching because they now have a warning. But like, have you guys all watched Star Wars?
Yes.
So I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the first last trilogy.
Vader is Luke's father?
Because I haven't seen the most recent 2 movies, right? I haven't seen whatever the last 2 ones are called. But the first one of the ones that were made under Disney, I posted to Facebook before I saw the movie, Han Solo dies. And my wife had to quickly tell me, "Bam! You need to take that down." And then I was like, "What? You spoiled it for me now? I didn't know when I posted that, so I was going to spoil it to them because I'm just being a shithead. But now you've actually spoiled the movie for me." Anyway, so that was a tangent. What were we talking about? Knives Out.
Yeah, but yeah. No, I mean, the third Knives Out movie is coming out. They're slowly kind of trickling out the casting for it. They've just announced the name for it.
Nice.
I think on the side of all of that,
an original. I want one that does not follow one of the movies. I just want an original mystery with Benoit. Yeah,
and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen because Netflix kind of got into games and then got back out of games, and they won't because they have the rights for all the new ones. But yeah, Benoit Blanc, he's a great character, and he's played so well by Daniel Craig.
So good. Yep.
And yeah, having a complete new mystery to solve as Benoit Blanc would be.
Go on, Dom. Give us your best Benoit Blanc.
I'm Benoit Blanc.
He sounds suspiciously like.
Oh man, no, I can't even think. He's Southern.
Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn.
Fried chicken.
Mama, there, boy. You look like you're going a ways, hey? Need some iced tea and some. I don't know what that is.
Chicken.
Some KFC.
Hi, y'all. I'm Benoit Blanc, and you're watching Sidescrolling.
Go, Sam. Save us. Number 4. Oh, God.
Pour some more.
Oh,
shit.
Get
sued by Daniel Craig.
You are going to get fucking hunted down. All right. Okay, I think of all the games on my list so far,
this is the game.
And all possibly, this is the one that I don't understand how there's not a game. I don't get it. Maybe there is. Maybe there are games of this. And I just like have my head up my ass and I've never heard of them before. But how there's not a high profile game of this, especially with this shit coming back into popularity now. I don't get it. My number 4, we're on 4.
Yeah.
Is He-Man. How is there not a Masters of the Universe game? How? Someone look it up. I don't get it. That makes so little fucking sense to me.
Masters of the Universe video game.
What'd she say?
Sorry, it's playing through my headphones, which is not very helpful.
Oh, okay. Did she confirm or deny? There's got to be. There has to be a Masters of the Universe
apparently
game.
there's a few.
Yeah, but from when? Like what, on the NES?
Fucking no.
Anyway,
I mean,
Super Adventure. That's Super
I feel like
this is what I'm going to ask. I'm going to put to the audience. What kind of game would you make out of Masters of the Universe?
Honestly, for the bloody people who watched this growing up, pinball.
Oh god, it's on Commodore 64.
Commodore 64. Fuck me. No.
It's
not good enough.
My point still stands. This is a pinball game.
Game Boy Advance. No. See, Game Boy Advance is a Game Boy Advance game.
Nice.
Is it a port of the Commodore 64 game?
Who the fuck knows? Defender of Grayskull.
I think I want this as, again, to reference it again, something like a DC Universe Online, where you're playing in the universe, but you're making your own master. You're making your own character. I like that idea.
I tell you who is taking up all the oxygen in the beefcake, shoulder-length hair genre of video games. It's Conan.
Yes.
Conan the Barbarian is taking up too much space for another tan.
Fuck him off.
Barbarian.
Fuck him right off. I want my...
I don't know about that.
No,
I'll be honest. I think I'll take my eldritch, otherworldly demons.
I love Conan. I do. I adore Conan. But I don't know that Conan's got a great game either, really. I know you like Age of Conan. Yeah, that's the one.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You play as Skeletor.
That'd be fucking banging as well. Man. Yep, that'd be awesome. You could even do this as like a WoW style where you pick your faction when you start the game, right? Like who are you with? And then you drop down into that base, Castle Grayskull or wherever, and with your character, this could be like a WoW style game. I do think that actually a WoW style MMO, really chunky, colorful, a really rich sort of like, vibrant world to explore, fucking crazy sci-fi cosmic barbarian shit. This blows my mind that we don't have, with He-Man being back in the fucking spotlight now. Everything from that era is coming back now. Why does that not exist? Why?
Yeah, the new Netflix,
The Hanna-Barbera cinematic
good
universe.
Good opportunity.
Yeah, it was. It was like, and yet nothing on the video game side of things. I don't get it. Like,
Netflix
it's
is really
just
bad for building hype for their TV shows because they dump everything out at once. So like,
Netflix is
people
really
talk
bad.
about it for like a weekend and that's it.
yeah. This
They
one's
fucked
is
up
the
JoJo.
most not well. Maybe the next one might be more, but this is one of the most no-brainers on my whole list, I think, and the one I just don't understand why we don't already have this. This should not be on my list because it should already be around. It's crazy that this is on my list.
If you subscribe to
is it a-
Skillshare using our code Sidescrollin and learn how to use programming skill, just practicing
good.
for when it happens. All right.
Yeah. It's coming.
I mean, who
Get some
owns
extra
the
time with
rights to
HelloFresh.
it? Is part of the problem
Mattel.
that it's like owned? Oh, well, there's your problem.
Surely there's been fucking games made out of Mattel properties before.
Yeah,
Sure.
But the only reason that they made the show was to shift the toys.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not
all.
gonna
It's
put
just an
money
ad
in-
for toys, but it's gone. Like that was true back then in the 80s. Like, it's gone so far beyond that now. Like,
And
yes, it still
true
sells
now.
a fuckload of toys, but
I saw Battle Cat at Toymate today for sale.
yeah,
so
I've got a Battle Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, but the only like Mattel property that has had video games made is Barbie and Hot Wheels.
Yeah, Hot Wheels
Yeah,
has got a
Hot
shit
Wheels.
ton of games.
But
fucking-
Hot Wheels,
there's
Hot Wheels video games are 100%. You buy the video game, play the video game, and then you're at the toy shop and you see that Hot Wheel and like, oh my god, I want to have that Hot Wheel in real life.
Yeah, but
as
you'll
well.
do the same thing with fucking He-Man, and it'll be for 35-year-old fucking dipshits like us that'll go and buy the toys we couldn't afford when we were kids.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ultimate Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's more of a
Mattel.
catalog than a game. More of a checklist.
I saw this the other day. Mattel have got fucking a Barbie vending machine and a Hot Wheels vending machine at Fortitude Valley train station just sitting there. In case you're walking past and go, you know what, I need a Barbie.
I wouldn't mind a Barbie right now.
I could go Hot Wheels right now. Like, if they can put money into getting that shit out there, then yeah, they can
make a fucking He-Man.
Get paid for someone else to make a game.
Yeah.
They're going to get paid the licensing.
World of Warcraft style He-Man MMO.
By the power
Where
of
is it?
Grayskull.
Where is it? Sammy, go. Makes me angry.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh, fuck.
Otherwise known as Dungeon Meshi.
Wait a minute. This game already exists.
No, it doesn't. What are you talking about?
Battle Chef Brigade.
No.
I'm joking.
No,
Go
no.
on.
So this is a currently airing show on Netflix in Australia anyway. Don't know where it's streaming in your region. Check the internet, Google it. But
other streaming services are available.
And may provide the same thing. So interestingly enough, we did get a mention from Castigator about campfire cooking, which I love that show. But Delicious in Dungeon does have the advantage of having the trappings, like many anime, already of video game logic. So this is a dungeon that has appeared below a town for unknown reasons, and I won't spoil it because this is a currently airing show. And adventurers go down seeking fame, fortune to try and defeat the dungeon or to collect materials and take it back to sell. And this particular group of characters, one of their party members gets eaten by a dragon, but when you die in the dungeon, you don't die. You can be resurrected. So people don't die. And there's actually this entire lore in the series. And I like this a lot because a lot of these gamified animes just ignore like lore. They just go, this happens because it happens. Here, though, your soul doesn't depart and it is anchored to your body and you can be resurrected. And that means there are like patrols of people that go around and resurrect people for fees. And like then you can go back up and try and recoup and get all your stuff. Anyway, episode 1.
Also known as the American healthcare system.
Well, no, because they'll resurrect you and then they'll charge you. They won't just not resurrect you if you don't have the money. Blonde guy in the front, his sister is the one that's eaten by the dragon. He is like, obviously, well, if she gets digested, she can't be resurrected, and goes back into the dungeon without any food. They meet the dwarf guy and he's like, don't worry, fam, I got you. I know how to cook monsters. And it is about surviving through the dungeon, getting down deeper and deeper and deeper, while also being able to sustain yourself through the food that they find on the way. And I think that would be a fantastic mechanic for a dungeon crawler, kind of like Wizardry, the old series, that first-person party-based tile movement through the dungeon. It supports things like, you know, your random layouts changing all the time, up and down to the dungeon. Like, I think that'd be fantastic. And it has the advantage of also having a really cool story. Whether or not they would follow the story of the anime, Yeah, we'll give it to them this time, since I think in Free Run we said we'll tell a different story. But in this one, I think we'll let them tell the current story.
This is why both Sam and I, unlike Jamie, had a chef on our 10 video game characters take the zombie apocalypse.
That's true.
Available on YouTube.
Yeah. And I had someone to steal stuff. Yeah, that's great, Sam. You know, the first thing I thought of when you started describing this, and I've got this on my to-watch list as well, so I'm glad that you think it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's very different, about 8 episodes in, so keep watching. But
okay.
It's good. It's good.
Was adding like a survival mechanism to the original Diablo.
Yeah.
It's kind of sounded similar, like, you know, like adding okay, you're going down and down and down in this dungeon. How are you actually surviving through all this, you know?
I think
that'd be cool.
Part of what got in my head for this is I'd been listening to a lot of like reviews and like lore dumps from a game called Fear and Hunger, which is a RPG Maker game that is just completely brutal. Like, it is like, if you spend too much time on the first screen, dogs will just come and eat you. But when you get into the dungeon itself, you've got to manage your hunger, you've got to manage your fear. Like, you know, the more frightened you get, the more damage, like, you just start to go crazy. And it's just brutal. And like having that kind of mechanic tied to often these dungeon delving games like Wizardry are very tough. Like maybe taking a bit of that difficulty away from like the random number generators, the dice rolls of your attacks, and putting it into preparation and decision making and survival. I think that would be very interesting.
Could it almost be like a bit of a Breath of the Wild cooking mechanic kind of thing, like where you're taking bits and pieces you've hacked off and making them into dishes that do different things and taking them with you, but maybe not as readily available, I suppose. As
yeah, like like definitely you'd want to have like buffs and stuff associated with it, and like because they eat all the different things that they find, like it's kind of crazy. It's it'd be really interesting, like having to make decisions about, well, do I go down here because we need to get food, or do we go to the next level because we found the staircase in front of us?
That would make a good game. Yep, nice one.
Someone will make it an RPG Maker, I'm sure.
Yep, here's hoping. Yeah, good one. That would be really interesting. That'd be cool.
So you had a couple of recency bias picks. So.
It sounds like that, like a mechanism that like I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be awesome, until I actually try and play it and that just pisses me off. You know?
It's like I saw Wizardry pop up a remake, and I'm like, I kind of want to play it, but I'm probably gonna hate it. But
yeah, good in theory. All right.
Well, my number 4. Again, I am surprised that this hasn't ever been made.
Me too.
The Mafia series has like a number of really well done games. The Godfather had a really good video game come out for it.
So Yakuza, I got bad news.
Oh, hang on. Can I guess?
Yeah, go on. Try and guess.
Is it Goodfellas?
No, it's not Goodfellas.
Well, then you're wrong. Sorry, go on.
It's Casino.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I'm amazed that this hasn't had a video game made for it. And I would imagine that it would be similar to like the Mafia or Godfather game, where you're not one of the characters in it in the movie, but the characters in the movie are part of it, and you will just end up, you are the secret helper in that one, in this one. Like I know I was saying before, like, I wouldn't want that for some other games, but I think for this game that would work really well, and you're in the background pushing things along. Like you've got the two factions there. You've got Pesci versus De Niro. It's such and it's Scorsese. It's such a good storytelling mechanism.
I've got to watch this movie again. This is a damn good movie.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, and I don't know, maybe it is because it's Scorsese and he thinks that video games are trash because he's old.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that there hasn't been a video game, especially after how well the Godfather video game did, and how Mafia 3 was fantastic. Like,
that's a good point. That is a really good point, that we don't see Casino or Goodfellas get made into, like, considering that sort of like old school mobster genre.
Yeah,
always.
And
does so well.
I did think about Goodfellas, but I thought that this is a better game than Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Goodfellas
this is a more confined narrative. It's a more focused, like,
none of that. Like Goodfellas is told over like
someone's
40
life
years or something like that. Yeah. Whereas Casino, it's five years at most, maybe.
Yeah.
And
With
it's
this-
also telling the story of Vegas at the same time. You know, the downfall of the mafia casinos and the rise of post-apocalyptic corporate America.
And it'd be in the same vein, like again, another GTA style, that sort of game.
Like it would be open world confined, and like it's very, very easy to confine because it's Vegas, desert. If you go out into the desert,
yeah, that's a good one, Dom. That's really good, really good. Another one. Dom's got some fucking crackers. Way to go.
Turns out I'm terrible at video games, but I know everything else.
I know what I want. Top 3, boyos. Let's do it.
Sorry, at number 3, are we?
Yeah.
Number 3.
My number 3 is 100% the biggest no fucking brainer that has ever existed in terms of turning an IP into a video game.
Shouldn't that be by definition number 1?
Well, this is what
number one.
There's others that I want. I think I want more, but this is like how does this not exist, and how has this not made a comeback? You know, that everything that we grew up with in the 80s and 90s is in vogue right now. This must be tied up in like some sort of rights red tape, because this has never had a comeback. This is actually a crossover, not with any of you bludgers, but in with the chat. My boy Cass called this one out, and I've got you right here, brother. My number 3 is Dino Riders. How does this not exist? How have we not had a relaunch of this franchise since the fucking late 80s? I don't understand. I don't understand. There's got to be some sort of some corporate asshole is just sitting on the rights to this and doing nothing with it. And if you're watching this video, I hate you so much. Oh my God. This is, look at it. Look at the fucking picture. Come on. Look at it.
Is your number 2 going to be Dinosaurs, the 1991 TV
show? No, but that would also be a damn good one.
You know, I didn't realize until recently that dinosaurs, like, this is not the papa, right? Not the mama.
Yeah, not the mama. Yeah.
The last episode is them facing extinction as the Ice Age comes because of the fucking evil company.
It's crazy. Yeah,
How the fuck did that make it on TV? That's amazing.
Anyway, Dino Riders, you could argue that Ark Survival Evolved is a Dino Riders game, but if you've played Ark Survival Evolved, you don't get to anything remotely like that picture for a long, long, long fucking time, like hundreds of hours into that game before you're doing shit like this.
So is Dino Riders essentially What If Mechs but dinosaurs?
Pretty much. Dino Riders is a spaceship of humans crash lands into a planet that has dinosaurs. I'm guessing it's our planet in the prehistoric era. And there's two sides.
Timeline. You blew it up.
Yeah. The humans befriend the dinosaurs and equip them with laser guns to fight the aliens that are also crash landed on the planet, except they equip the dinosaurs with brain boxes that basically like wrestle their will into their control rather than forming a bond with them. That is like, again, a WoW style Horde versus Alliance setup right there when you start the game. Who are you in? You're slapping a brain box on this bad boy, or you're going to go and find a Stegosaurus and make him your buddy? You pick your faction, you drop down, you make your character, you crash land on the planet, and away you go from there, right? But with the tech there. I just think this is like, if you've ever played a game called Elite Dangerous, Elite Dangerous does a fantastic job of giving you something out of the gate that is cool in that, your very first ship. And then you toil away, upgrading it, putting the bits and pieces on it, new cannons, new storage, new engines, new whatever you like, until you save up the money to get the next cool ship. And then you buy that cool ship. Fucking hell, look at this thing. It's a bit more specialized into like cargo hauling or combat or to whatever. And then you customize and you tinker away at that and add shit to that until you save up and get it. That system here in this, except replace ships with dinosaurs, where you get your little fucking Gallimimus or whatever when you first drop in. You tinker away, you upgrade them, you put your little laser cannons on it until, now I can get a Stegosaurus, and now I can get a Triceratops, and now I can get a fucking Brachiosaurus, and Why doesn't this exist, guys? Why?
So we officially have a tier list of Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Brachiosaurus.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Where's Apatosaurus?
It's probably slightly below Brachiosaur because I think you can fit more laser guns on a Brachiosaur, possibly.
It's less of a weapons platform. Ankylosaurus would be quite low.
Which was so fucking cool about the Diplodocus in Dino Riders is that's exactly what it was. It was just this huge weapons platform. It was banging. It was so awesome. That was like the good guys' main dinosaur was this Diplodocus, and the bad guys had the T-Rex. Anyway, yeah. I don't understand where this IP is. I don't know what's happened to it. I don't understand why it's never gotten a re-release in the 90s. I don't understand why it didn't get a re-release in the 2000s. I don't understand why it hasn't had a re-release now. Someone's just parked their rights on the rights.
Now, Jamie.
Hey,
no, dinosaurs have
rights.
That's fine.
The rights belong to Disney, who don't make video games anymore.
Well,
the mouse has got it. Forget it.
If you get Dino Riders before I get Split Second 2, I'm going to fucking kill you, Jamie.
No, you can fuck your Split Second 2. Dinosaurs with laser cannons, Dominic, versus cars.
Versus entire cities being destroyed for a car race. No, fuck you.
If we want to get really sad, we could figure out after this stream how many different corporations own all these IPs.
I know.
How small that number is.
I think it'd just make us fucking sad because I live in hope. I constantly live in... If you try and buy a Dino Riders toy these days, you're not getting out of that for less than hundreds of dollars. Hundreds, because they're as rare as fucking rocking horse shit. I don't get what's going on with it. Bring it back, please. Somebody, anybody.
Reach past hen's teeth to pick up
rocking horse shit.
Sam, please put your number 3 so I can get that image out of my head.
Go, Savvy. Oh, God damn it. Also, I want to hear in the comments, dinosaurs cooler than cars, yes or no?
Yes. Don't bother putting it in the chat. The answer is yes. Come on. Okay. Do either of you recognize that?
Can you? No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Can you zoom in? The artwork looks really familiar. Like I know the artist, but I don't recognize.
Trunk with many legs.
Yeah. What is?
This is the mighty wizard Rincewind.
Oh no shit!
By Terry Pratchett.
Yeah,
so
shit.
Discworld.
Yeah, this is Discworld. Yep.
Now there are games. There is a reasonably good game, a point-and-click adventure that does follow Rincewind, which is quite old. But I mean, Discworld is such a rich source of material. I would love to see an immersive sim, somewhat like Skyrim, set in some portion of the Discworld. Particularly, it would have to be centered around Ankh-Morpork, like that.
I was going to say, you'd have to narrow the scope, wouldn't you? You'd have to.
TV series?
Yes. So there was TV series that were live action. There were 2 cartoons that when I grew up, I used to watch that adapted soul music, and I think it was Guards.
I have like vague memories of like ABC afternoon TV programming having a Discworld show.
Yeah. Like I was of an age to be growing up and having strange feelings for Susan Stohallett, the daughter of death. Maybe where I got that whole between her and Wednesday Addams, what's a young boy to do, you know? But I think this would be a fantastic game to be seen in a world that you can just wander around, just because there's so many cool characters, there's so many cool concepts that happen in it. Discworld was called out by Castigator in the chat as well. And one of the, like I went through a phase playing MUDs, like those text-based games where like the multiplayer, multi-user dungeons. And I played a Discworld one, and that one was the most fun. Just because of all the different little characters you'd come across in the Beggars Guild, or Cut Me Own Throat Dibbler, or coming across Captain Carrot of the Guards. And just the richness of like, I mean, you've got werewolves, you've got a whole system of gods, you've got witches, you've got death, you've got the death of rats. Come on, like it would just be a playground. Like it doesn't have to be a big story. It just has to be like, just like Skyrim has like your Fighters Guild, your Wizards Guild, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, just like, drop you in there and let you do what you want.
See,
I've been wanting to get into like reading Discworld, but there's just so much. It's daunting. Like I don't know where to start and where to go.
Guards. Start with Guards.
Guards.
I think the best stories in Discworld follow Sam Vimes, who's the
I am aware of his boots theory.
Yeah, Sam Vimes' boots theory, but Guards is his first appearance. And what you could do is you could just pick to follow his story as he sort of grows as a character. Or you can just ping around. Like honestly, there is no order. There's definitely some standouts. The other one is The Witches. I forget what their main one is called, but Soul Music is good as well if you want to read something about death. There's a reason those two were adapted, I think. But yeah, a fully realized Ankh-Morpork would be great. Jingo is really good. That's another Sam Vimes one though, so you could start at Guard still. I haven't read them for a long time, but I used to read these books on repeat. Like I used to just like, I'll find this one now, and I don't read books like multiple times usually.
This would be a ripe one, like you said, for using the Skyrim model of just just walk somewhere and you'll find a story. You'll find something to do. Yeah. Don't have necessarily a main campaign that you have to follow along. Just drop you in the world and go and find adventure.
And being able, like, there's no, like, there's mechanics to get you anywhere. You can go to Death's Domain. Like, they can move you wherever they want in the world because it's that type of world. And like, even if it was just like even just getting to the edge and being able to look over the disc and see the turtle, like, there'd be some fantastic moments, I think, for a game to be able to exploit for something that's really, really, really.
This always reminds me of Planescape from D&D. You know, like just that shit crazy do anything.
Which is abroad. There it is. Yeah, that's another good starting point.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be a big game though, wouldn't it? Like that's a huge undertaking. Yeah. But yeah. Jesus.
It'd be. I think it would be a good game to like start off like a smaller area, and then like it's easy to have bits bolted on later.
Like if they started with Ankh-Morpork, the city, like you've got a lot of density there for a lot of really key characters and a lot of really iconic scenes. And like I said, you can have MacGuffins that will like teleport you to little scenes elsewhere to sort of explore a bit more of the world.
I think this is another one that falls into that category of how has nobody taken a crack at this? You know.
Well. Its height of popularity was the 90s, and like I said, there was a pretty decent point-and-click adventure. And I guess, I don't know, like it's...
Because you saw in, like, Planescape Torment, right, that you can do density set in a city. It's weird that we didn't get some... I guess, well, yeah, like you said, there was a good point.
Where you get the word from? Density.
Density. You're just on it tonight, aren't you? With the fucking...
I'm so sorry.
A cunning linguist.
Oh!
Go, Dom.
All right.
He's a mass debater.
So my number 3, this would be, like, honestly, probably just a straight rip-off of Ace Attorney. But like, there's no other... It's something that you want... It's A Few Good Men.
Oh, I fucking nailed it! Oh, yeah, baby!
I was close with Devil Wears Prada.
This is a stellar movie.
Yeah, it's such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
And
is this the
this would
you
be
Can't Handle the Truth?
This is You Can't Handle the Truth.
Yep. Yeah. This would be just basically you replaying the movie, but you get to be the one that's
you are the one who can't handle the truth.
Yeah. Objection. And if you want a real good time, look up There I Ruined It on YouTube for the You Can't Handle the Truth set to You Got a Friend in Me by Toy Story.
Got a friend in me.
You can't handle the truth. This would be such a fun, because it's a case. It'd be like
Ace Attorney's got to be the model here, doesn't it?
Yeah. You've got to find the clues that allow you to bring up X, Y, and Z in the conversation to be able to get him on the ropes. And I think it would just be really fun. It's a great film, and I think I just want to be part of it.
I want to not handle the truth.
I just want to feel part of something.
Yeah, I want Jack Nicholson to yell at me.
It's like a rhythm game, but you got to get all the syllables
right.
And
not only that, you'd be able to turn the game off before the really cheesy, like, he stands up and says there's an officer on deck part at the end, which fucking almost ruins the whole movie. Yeah, I don't have much to say about A Few Good Men. I just think that this should just be ripped off.
Have you played any of the Ace Attorney games?
Because
they're kind of wacky. Them. Like they're not like you'd want something more serious, right? Like they're kind of silly.
I don't know, like, because I feel like this could be a bit wacky as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe you should try them, man. If you've never tried one before, that might be one to put on your list to have a go at. See if you like that style of game.
I mean, I've only recently gotten a Switch after years of not having any Nintendo consoles. So
you can get like the trilogy, the Ace Attorney trilogy on the Switch on sale when it's on sale for fuck all, and it's on Steam. Yeah, that'd be well worth you having a look at. I think for sure. Maybe put it on your list for your flight. Yeah.
But yeah,
nice.
That's my number 3. Not much to talk about.
I need to watch this again. This is another one I need to add. So that's 2 you put on my list now to go and check out again. This and Casino. Oh, great. Okay, my number 2 is actually the game already exists. All it needs is the IP.
So my number 2.
All it's waiting for is the IP. Yes, there have been games with this IP before. No, I don't think they've ever done any of them particularly well. But there is one game that has fucking nailed it. All it needs is this coat of paint. My number 2 is Star Trek. Elite Dangerous. Slap this on Elite Dangerous. Boom. There's your Star Trek game. Done. It's already made. Just get the IP.
Isn't there a Star Trek game being made now?
There could be. I don't know. I fucking hope so. Because then, yay for me. That'd be awesome. But like I said,
I saw that, but I might be wrong. But yeah.
See, if you don't get the voice actors, that ruins the game.
Yeah, you need them. You need the actors. I agree. Absolutely. 100%.
And specifically, is it TNG?
No, that's just the image I grabbed. I don't care, honestly. Like I love in Star Trek the way that they all intermingle.
I want TNG.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, I wouldn't want it to be set in a particular universe. I want it all, you know, like I'd like to meet characters from all the series. I'd like to have cameos from all of them pop up. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, just a good space adventure game where exploration is what it's all about, right? Going and discovering.
It is, after all, the final frontier.
It is, yeah.
That's where a lot of the games have fallen down, particularly recently with Star Trek, they become action games.
They do.
So, I played Star Trek Online a little bit. Yeah. Like most of your missions were like go down and shoot people or shoot this ship in a dogfight. And it's like, you're not really giving me the Star Trek vibe.
You know, that's not what it's about. It's about.
It's like it sounds like it reminds me. Red Faction Guerrilla, right?
Yep.
Was a fantastic game. And then the sequel after it was like, all right, now we're going to do a bunch of shooting in corridors and you can't go up on the surface anymore.
It's the Resident Evil thing that Sam was talking about before, right? Yeah. It's just taking it away from what it actually is. And I think you're right that's what the Star Trek games we've gotten so far have been about, where, you know, again, Elite Dangerous absolutely nailed that sense of exploration so perfectly in space, to the likes I've never seen before. It just needs the Star Trek coat of paint. Like that's all that's missing is those characters and those voices and like some quest structure, because Elite Dangerous doesn't have much of it.
You've got to have a peril of the week, otherwise it's just
you got to and to put the ship
to throw at them.
Yeah, exactly, right. It'd be great.
Shut up, Wesley.
You would not see me if they did a game in the style of Elite Dangerous with Star Trek on it. You would not fucking see me for months. That's how it would be. I'd be in it. That's my number 2, Star Trek.
Right. Well, I'm going to continue with IPs that are already games, but are dormant. And the Soul Blazer trilogy, which is a series made up of Soul Blazer, Illusion of Time, or Illusion of Gaia, if you're in North America, and Terranigma.
Terranigma, one of your absolute faves.
So the series was basically owned by Enix, which might sound familiar.
Where would we have heard that before?
Games. And back there was a grand old company called Squaresoft, and they bought Enix and merged and became Square Enix. Soft. And somehow in that merge, this series got buried, never to be seen again. And it is, we have seen Soul Blazer remastered. That came out not too long ago, in the last year on Switch, I believe.
Look, I feel like the problem is, because I just Googled Square Enix just for a hell of it, and the Wikipedia like blurb is it's a Japanese multinational holding company, then video game publisher. I feel like the fact that multinational holding company comes first is a bad sign for IPs it owns.
I am very nostalgic for Squaresoft.
Yes. Like a lot of people.
Square Enix, like I got really confused. Like when they became Square Enix, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It's a Japanese RPG company that owns another Japanese RPG company. But then I started hearing about all these things like Tomb Raider and Thief and like all this Eidos interactive stuff that they were also. I'm like, what are they doing with that? And yeah, it's just a mess now. It sucks. I want Terranigma. I want more. I want more of this theme. I've said it before in other lists. So
I actually want to at some point. I this is not taking the piss. I genuinely really want to play Terranigma on stream with you at some like in the backseat.
Yeah, I've got it on SNES. I've got the cartridge. So
I'd love to play. I'm committed to trying Terranigma for sure.
And it's a short game too for a JRPG. Like it's an action JRPG, and it is like
just everything you've told me about it just sounds fucking awesome. Yeah, and it's so special to you. It's like, well, I need to try it. Yeah, that's not. And would you just have another JRPG, Sammy? Like that's all that's on your. Just continue.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be. I mean, Soul Blazer itself was a bit weird. It had some town building and stuff built into it. Yeah. Sort of in between like it was a platformer with town building. But Illusion of Gaia and and Terranigma are just action RPGs, which I'm fine with that. It's more about the concepts and the feel, the vibe. Just so cool.
Yeah,
it's like Marbo.
Yeah, exactly, just like that. The vibe. Such a dense reference for anyone that's not from Australia.
Yeah,
not about our age.
All right, John.
All right,
number 2.
My number 2. So
that movie better be on someone's list. Dom, I'm looking at you. You've got 2 chances to get that on the list.
Making a movie making a game out of the castle.
Come on now,
that would be amazing.
Come on, Dom. What type of game would that be? That'd have to be like a point and click adventure, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, I want it to be like Simpsons.
The dish would just be
Telltale style. The castle.
The dish would just be a cricket game.
Yep. Go on, Dom. Hit us with it.
My number 2. I've moved away from movies back to a book. My number 2 is the Jack West Jr. series by Matthew Riley.
Oh, I've got no idea what this is.
No idea.
Sorry. So Matthew Riley.
Sam's turn to be perplexed and confused.
I've been perplexed for a lot of Doms, to be fair. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of the movies that have come up.
Matthew Riley, he's a writer, and his books are essentially like action movies, but in a book form. And again, like it's gonna. Well, no, like it's really fast paced. Like it's a book. It's a book you don't want to put down. So Seven Ancient Wonders is there's a coalition of minnow nations that have come together to try and recreate the capstone on the Great Pyramids because there's a celestial event that's going to happen that's going to give power to a nation that's got their earth or their sand underneath it. Like it's a mixture of like modern day military, but with also like kind of supernatural magic thing that is nobody really understands. And then as the series progresses through, like the stakes get higher and there's more history uncovered, and it turns out Jesus was an actual historical figure, but it's just it's all looking into history, and history is only what's written down, and a lot of the time it's not been written down or it's been lost, and trying to recreate, like, also stop the world from being annihilated. I think this would be like this would be an Uncharted style game.
Absolutely, it's giving me Assassin's Creed vibes.
Yeah, like a little bit of both, probably.
I thought COD actually, but go on.
No, well, it's because it's you have some combat, because there's also like real world countries. Like the enemy is America in this game.
Okay,
just like real life.
Yeah.
But
you've also they've also got like temple puzzles to solve and to jump through, and so it's such again, like there's so much in a book that you can't necessarily tell in a movie, and like even in a TV series it might not work, but in a video game you can tell it. And it's a narrative, it'd be a narrative video game, but a narrative action adventure game. I think this would be really, really good, and Matthew Riley's writing is definitely geared for it as well. Like it's broken up into those sections. It's got lots of good characters. and like iconic characters that continue on throughout the entire series. Yeah, Castigator's got my back here. Yeah,
man of taste.
Jack West Jr. Honestly, if you haven't read it, go check it out. It's an easy read, but it's good fun read.
Yeah, cool.
It's not Proust. Nothing needs to be fucking Proust.
No, that's fine.
It's just fun.
It's just
fun.
fun.
Like a YouTube video of an AI summarizing the story I could watch that you might recommend?
Just copy and paste the text from Google Books. And
if I like stuff like, again, like Tintin gets into some supernatural stuff sometimes as well. If I like Uncharted, it does the same thing. If I like those sort of, would I like this? Do you think, Dom?
I reckon you'd probably like it. Yeah.
All right. Nice. All right. I might check it out then.
Yeah. It's it's not high
Indiana
literature,
Jones.
but it doesn't need to be.
No, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Okay. The 7 Ancient One. That's the first book. Like I'm assuming this is a series. Yeah.
The second book is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, what?
What?
So like the second book, because the 7 Ancient Wonders was the first book.
Oh, I see what you mean now.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I got it. Clever. Yep. Cute. All right. Nice.
But what if he's not done at 1?
I know. Then you're fucked.
Well, the first
into a corner.
Number one came out a couple of years ago, and he's now like the character 0. Jack West has been rested because Matthew Riley has some other characters like Scarecrow, which you might have also probably haven't heard of, but
he's in Batman. I know Scarecrow.
Yeah, we know Scarecrow.
It's a poison.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, he's just written a book that was really good, Einstein's Secretary. And it's like a fictitious secretary that kind of jumps through 20s, 30s, 40s, and ends up being Einstein's secretary during, that period of time.
Yeah, cool. All right, I might check this one out, I think, Dom. Nice one. Nice.
All right, roll on 2, Sammy.
Number 1.
Roll 1.
All right.
Roll on 2, number 1. I understood. I knew what you were putting.
This is a bit of a cheat. But it's also like anyone who knows me, this is fucking super obvious. So obvious what my number 1 pick is. It's been my number 1 pick ever since it came out, really. And the thing is, the reason why this is a cheat is because there are a lot of games that have come from this IP. Many of them that are actually very good. So this already has good games, right? The reason I have it on my list, right? Hang on now. The reason it's on my list is because for me, they still haven't made what I think is the obvious game for this IP.
Service you personally.
No, not even. It would. Not even. It's not even my genre. I don't think. I think you'll agree when I reveal it, right? But it is, by the sounds of it, potentially looking like we might actually get finally after 25 whatever years, we're actually going to get the game that
you just want
obvious.
This to be able to be put on YouTube with all the cutscenes stitched together so you can watch it.
Throw it up there, Sammy.
Jurassic Park.
I think you'll find this is called Billy and the Dinosaurs.
What's the obvious game that should be made from this that we don't have?
Survival horror.
Survival horror. Thank you.
Hey, the Super Nintendo one's pretty survival horror. Have you played the Super Nintendo one? It's fucking. It's crazy.
Go on. It's crazy.
It's just like it is a high.
It's not what I'm talking about though. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like survival horror. I think it had to get to modern. Like they just couldn't do a survival horror game justice before we got into a more modern state of technology, right? I want to be stranded on the island and have to find a way off. You know, that's when everything's got, this is post everything gone to shit. You're a survivor and you need to get off the island. That to me has always been the obvious Jurassic Park game, and it's never been made. We get park.
It has been made.
Theme. What?
A very obscure game. I need to double check what it's called, and like it doesn't count because it wasn't successful. But there is a game where you end up heading in there with a group of other hunters to try and help control things. And
is this a Telltale one?
No. This is like a janky early game.
The Telltale one told a similar kind of story. And the Telltale one wasn't bad. It was like mechanically pretty shit, but the story the Telltale one told was pretty good. But there is a game coming called, I believe, Jurassic Park Survivor or Survival that looks like it might actually be finally what what I've been wanting ever since I saw this movie.
It's not
And I'm
into a survival box.
I don't know what it's going to actually. We haven't seen anything about it.
Does it even have Chris Pratt going?
God, Sam
Park,
Neill, no Chris
Park,
Pratt. Sam
not
Neill.
World Park. Okay, you fucking boomer. No, not boomer. What's the opposite? Millennial. That's the one.
No, even younger than that. Millennial.
Even
We
younger.
watched Jurassic Park.
What is
the fuck?
Dominic?
We're not boomers. We're millennials, and we're the
millennial.
ones that watch Jurassic Park.
So what's Dom?
He's a millennial. He's just a young millennial. We're elder millennials. We're
All
like we're knocking on the door. Of
You're one of those ex-millennials.
We're knocking on the door.
Like Mick.
Anyway,
right? If you
you're an
spend a weekend with
ex-millennial.
Mick, he's this close to being a fucking Gen X. Like,
Oh, Mick. Sorry, Mick. Yeah.
What? Sorry,
horror.
I've told him that.
Yeah.
I'll tell it to
Survival
his
horror,
face.
Jurassic Park game, no brainer in my eyes. I'm glad we might finally be getting one. It's my number one anticipated video game at the moment. I can't
Another
wait.
suggestion is you play as the T-Rex.
There has been games like that as well, actually. Not
Mega Drive,
with
you
the
play as
Jurassic
the
Park
Velociraptor.
license. What was that? What was that?
No,
fucking,
on the Mega Drive, you play as a Velociraptor in Jurassic Park.
What was that game that we played that was like the team-based shooter where one team was people and one team were dinosaurs? Do you remember? It was called Primal something.
Was it the
Might
Capcom
have just been called
one that
Primal.
came out recently-ish?
Oh, in 2000s, I think.
Oh, no,
I can't remember what it was. That was a
there's
bit of
one more
fun for a
recent
while.
than
It was like Counter-Strike, but one team was dinosaurs. It was pretty cool. Anyway, Jurassic Park, survival horror. I don't need to say any more than that. Hopefully, the one that's coming will be the game that I've been wanting this whole time, and I'll be an incredibly happy boy. If it not, well, it's going to stay as my number one most wanted game for the foreseeable future.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Nature finds a way.
Life finds it. You fucked the quote up for a start, so
You're the
that's well
fan,
done.
and you didn't make the joke, and you were about to skip.
You
the
make me
next one,
sick.
but,
You make me
but
sick.
Someone had to get in it. My number one is, unlike Jamie, who is very selfishly looking for his own benefit, trying to get his own satisfaction. My number one is, I think, one that I think the world needs. I think there's a lot of people that are
You're a philanthropist. Go on.
Dead set serious.
This
right?
number one is for you, the viewer watching. This is for the people.
This is for Mick and others like Mick that love this IP and have been horribly, horribly harmed by its absence.
Oh no! Oh shit!
So, Ultima 5 on the screen, mostly because I recently just watched a retrospective of the Ultima 5 specifically. But the Ultima series, has there ever been a bigger drop, a bigger retreat from quality than the Ultima series? And the problem is EA owned the fucking license.
Right.
But even if they didn't own the license, Richard Garriott's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And so this is destined to never go anywhere. And to simply
it's like the opposite of my number one.
Well,
yeah,
he'll die one day.
That's true. One day.
Yeah. He'll die one day, but I don't want to change anything.
Maybe he'll think he can do submarines better as well.
I think like I said, I've been watching. There's a channel that's been putting out like almost 2-hour retrospectives of each Ultima game and going through like the history of what was happening in the company, the game itself, how it was received, why it was unique, all this sort of really cool stuff, and just the amount of influence it had for it to fall off. Like, and I've known this fact for a little while, but Ultima itself is a game that inspired Wizardry and inspired Dragon Quest, and ultimately is the reason we have Final Fantasy, is because of the Ultima series. Like, this is how foundational this game series is to video games in their entirety, and it's just dead. It's just nowhere. It gets nothing, no good, nothing comes from it. And like, we know what happens because it's come on another list when Richard Garriott tries to make a game by himself in the year 2010. We get straight out of the Avatar and it's dog shit. And we know game companies like EA are not interested in making these very unique and very
esoteric.
Not even esoteric. Like, yes, ultimately,
someone's been reading Matthew Riley,
but it's also like very dense and very eccentric games. They just don't get made anymore. Like,
yeah, because it's too much of a risk for people to put money.
I suppose because like at the time it was
someone
made,
like EA is not going to put money on an eccentric game.
I don't want to give them the benefit of saying yes, this is risky, because I think they do a lot of risky shit. like Suicide Squad. Like, who brings out a fucking always online shooter in the last 12 months without realizing what a massive risk it is to try and get people to play that mechanic?
Because they didn't think it was a risk. They thought
that's what I
a
mean,
sure
right?
thing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that
but
these games are
like,
risky.
you also
it's that
you also have this. You've also got the stupid tax, like the tax cut argument as well. Like there was the film that Warner Brothers made that they just shelved without releasing because it ended up being a tax cut.
Oh yeah, because it's a
for them.
cost to the business, and
Yeah.
I think the issue is that we don't get games like this not because the games themselves are a risk, but the games themselves don't have an attached subscription model opportunity in terms of either microtransactions, mission passes, literal subscriptions, or additional content. And that's a sad. Why is this a sad list? Dom, what's yours?
I don't know, man. Dom, pick
Well,
mine.
it's because it's stuff that doesn't have a good game, and they have,
Yeah, it's true. That's true. This is a bright.
My
list.
number one.
Go on, sorry.
My number one is a happy one. My number one theoretically could happen.
Oh, nice one, Dom. Bring us out on a high note.
So I think this has been a series. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV series on Disney, but it's a book again to start with. Have either of you heard of Artemis Fowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. It's a bit young for me, but yeah, I do know about it.
Well, it's a book series as well.
I know that.
So Artemis Fowl, it's
It's a bird, right?
young, hey,
It's like
young
a bird.
super genius.
I don't know where I got it.
Is a young super genius that finds out that elves and magical races exist. Turns out they don't really have that much magic anymore. They just have a whole bunch of technology. And the leprechaun is actually Lep Recon. It's a military rank and kind of organization. And he goes up against this. He captures one of them to get their pot of gold, which is just like a
railgun.
Well, it is literal gold that they use to like negotiate with.
Wow, this is your number one.
This would be fantastic as a Rainbow Six Siege type game.
Wow.
With Artemis Fowl on one side and the elves on the other side. Weapons and smarts versus magical weapons. That would be so smarts. Yeah, like magic. Yep. But like, yeah, he's a next level genius though. Like he's planning for things that the other side can't foresee. And like that's why there's a number of books, because he gets away with it in the end. Like Rainbow Six Siege is still popular. It came out a decent chunk of time ago, and it's still popular. Combining that with and you can expand it to different maps with later on books and stuff like that. But combining that with one team has magic and the other team has tech, that would be such a cool. It would probably be difficult to balance it, but just pushing those up against each other and okay, this time I lost. Well, that magic doesn't do well against this tech, so I'm going to develop this tech instead. Like, I just think that would be such a fun, a fun universe to do that kind of game in. Because like the reason like I've never really liked Rainbow Six Siege is because it's very kind of faceless and like, all right, just kick it in and all right, we didn't get it that time, let's go again. Like at least with Artemis Fowl, you'd have you'd have backstory that you can learn about, and like you just have just a little bit of more fun with it.
So is this, you would pitch it as, I love that you've chosen Rainbow Six Sieges of all things to slap this on. So this would be a team versus team. Like you're not talking about an RPG or anything like with some Rainbow Six Siege, but you're talking about like an Overwatch, like you're talking about a team versus team shooter. Wow, that is interesting. And you said
I think you would absolutely, it would be offense versus defense.
Yeah,
because, he's got the house. He's got time to prepare the house because he knows that they're coming as well.
A little bit of little bit of prep prep time at the start of the round. Okay, that's interesting, Dom. Never would have thought about that. Huh? You're number 1. Wow. Yeah. I fucking did not ever in a million years. I could have given me 1,000 guesses, and I never would have guessed this as your number 1.
Yeah,
I would have guessed some other car shit or something.
But you know what? It could be another game, but like this, it's a really rich universe.
And did you say you think this? Like, I know that this particular. Do you think that Artemis Fowl will get a video game? Because it is very popular.
Yeah, I think it's certainly within the realms of possibilities. Because Owen Colfer still, he's a great writer. I've loved his writing. He still holds the rights. Like, he's given them to Disney to produce the show. I don't think there's any reason why there couldn't be a video game.
Yeah, cool.
And like, he's still making. I think Artemis Fowl itself, he's not making books for anymore, but like still. The Fowl twins, I think it's called now. So it's like Artemis Fowl's younger brothers or something like that.
Okay.
So he's still writing. So there's still every chance that you could see this happen.
Pop up one day. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hopefully you'll send them the Rainbow Six Siege idea and see how it flies. Listen, guys, got this great idea for your video game for your books.
We want to make a military simulation.
But like he's up against the military. Like the Leprechauns, they are an underground military. Like their normal job is stopping kind of dumb magical animals from, trashing human cities and stuff like that, because they don't want to be discovered, because they know that they have superior tech, but they're also vastly outnumbered by humans, and if they got discovered, they'd be overrun.
Yeah.
And so their normal job is to keep their world hidden.
Interesting.
Space is being taken up by Harry Potter.
Yeah, true.
I think it probably has a bit.
Not saying they're similar stories, but like
they rent the same space, like you said. Yeah.
And look, other upside, Owen Colfer hasn't been categorically found to be a terrible human being.
Oh, so, wonderful.
No weird race.
That's positive.
The banks.
Yeah.
Nice. And on that note, we'll wrap it on up. Thank you so much. That is our top 10 IPs that we feel need a good game, or in much of Sam's case, old games that need to come back again and live.
That's a lovely glass house you live in there, Jimmy.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yep,
Jurassic Park needs
brittle. Hey, if you've got IPs that you think should have been on our list, make sure you drop down the bottom and give us a comment and let us know your IPs that you feel deserve a good game. There are hundreds of them that I think we probably all could have put on our lists, but had to narrow them down to 10. So let us know, like the castle and the dish. All those classics that you think are fucking Cracker Jack, Jesus Christ, lawn bowls.
You're going to do left, right, left on the joystick to get the flip off.
Otherwise, thank you very much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed yourself. Go and have a look at our other top 10s too. We've got a few of them starting to stack up by now. Yeah, you owe it to us. Jesus Christ.
Someone pays me $5. You don't have $5.
The more people who hit subscribe, the more chances are these video games will get made.
There's literally no truth in that.
Jamie
like
will
none.
Fund
less than zero
with the money we make from this channel.
We are getting on out of here before contracts. I get written into something that I can't get out of. Goodbye, everyone. My name has been Jamie Dean. That's been Sam. That's been Dom. Make sure you keep on side scrolling, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye. $1 like equals $1 promised to make Jurassic Park.
Especially Jurassic Park.